Hi everyone, I am Chun Hao and I'm back with a Addmaths paper video today. Okay, today I'll go through a mathematic tambahan Addmaths paper. This is the MRSM paper. Yeah, MRSM, and this is the Addmaths paper 2 for the trial 2025. Okay. Alright, let's not waste any time. I'll just get straight into it. Okay, bahagian A number 1, jawab semua soalan, solve the following. Okay, let's go. This is form 3 chapter form 4 chapter 3. Okay, yeah, this chapter is called system of equation. Okay, so this one is simultaneous equation involving two variables, x and y. But you can see the first equation is a linear equation, the second one is not linear. How come I know the second one not linear? Okay, very easy. Linear equation, dia mesti tak ada square, tak ada x square, and then also tak ada x, y stick together, and also tak ada 1 over x or 1 over y. It means tak boleh ada unknown dekat bawah lah. Okay, so linear equation dia mesti macam ni. Tak ada square, tak ada xy stick together, or tak ada xy dekat bawah fraction. Kalau dia ada macam ni means dia bukan linear. Okay, alright. So obviously the equation 1 is the linear, this one is non-linear lah. Okay, for soalan yang bagi satu linear, satu non-linear, you have to do penggantian. Yeah, you have to do penggantian. Okay, substitution method is the way to do it. Okay, substitution. Don't use elimination. Alright, elimination it will be difficult. Yeah. So you have to use substitution method, penggantian cara, and always start from the linear. Always start from the linear, which is equation 1 lah. Yeah. Start from linear means you start from equation yang tak ada x square, tak ada xy stick together, and tak ada xy dekat bawah fraction. So from equation 1, so write down equation 1, and then when you doing penggantian cara, you have to jadikan x single or y single, right? Okay, let's jadikan x single because I can just move the minus y jadi plus y. I get equation 3. Now sub 3 into the other equation, which is equation 2 lah. Alright, 3 into 2 means saya punya mata kena tengok 2. Okay, equation 2 is x darab y sama dengan 120. So dia akan jadi x darab y. Tapi x nanti kena gantikan. So I'll write like this. Y darab x sama dengan 120. Okay, some of you might ask, Sir, ini x darab y. Kenapa you tulis y darab x? Sama lah. X darab y darab x sama saja. Okay, sama je. So you jangan tanya saya, Sir, kenapa you tukar soalan dia? Saya tak tukar pun. X darab y and y darab x is the same thing. It's just that I write y dulu supaya you tahu yang y ni kena darab macam ni lah. Okay, so darab dia jadi 7y plus y square equals 120. Alright, bila nampak ada square means dia adalah quadratic. And when it's quadratic, if you want to solve for y, you have to pindah everything on one side equals 0. Jadi general form dulu. So y square tambah 7y minus 120 equals 0. And then you will press calculator and hopefully you get a cantik punya jawapan. It means jawapan yang boleh tukar fraction. If you end up with jawapan yang tak boleh tukar fraction, then you have to use quadratic formula lah. Okay, but this one, if you try pressing, you will get 8 and negative 15, which is a cantik punya answer lah. Yeah, cantik answer means answer yang boleh tukar fraction. So you can just solve it by using the factorization method like that. And then the 8 pindah balik jadi y minus 8, minus 15 pindah balik jadi y plus 15. Alright, after getting the two answer for y, now you have to masuk balik untuk cari x. So when y equals to 8, sub into equation 3. X equals 7 plus y, and the y is 8, which is x equals 15. But there's another y answer. When y equals negative 15, your x will be 7 plus bracket y, which is negative 15. This one you'll get negative 8. So there you have it. There's two sets of answers. Okay, the soalan is not a story question. And also they never mention about x and y has to be positive or negative. No, right? So we can assume that there's so we can say like both set of answers also have to take lah. You cannot reject. You cannot reject. So let's write out the answers here. When x equals 15, your y is 8. This is the first set of answers. And then use this symbol, dot comma like that. And then the second set of answers is negative 8, y equals negative 15, right? Okay, so let me check negative 8, 15, 8. Yeah, correct. All right, that's all. Okay, number 2 is a vector question. So it's from 4, chapter 8. Okay, let's go. Diagram 1 shows a regular hexagon A, B, C, D, E, F. All right, what is regular? Okay, if you got take maths, well, actually all of you got take maths lah, but you all need to know this lah. Because for maths also they will ask this in paper 1. Sometimes in paper 2 also lah. Regular in bahasa Melayu is sekata, and what it means is this hexagon, semua side sini sama panjang. Semua sama panjang. Okay, sama panjang. Alright, but we are doing vector question, so I don't think you will go and find the panjang or anything because it's vector. Okay, let's read the question. Express AC. All right, let's draw out. Just use a ruler, go from A to C. So this is what I want. Yeah, this is ultimately what I want, the AC vector. But they say in terms of AB and BC. Yeah, this one easy ma. Okay, AC, if you want in terms of AB and BC, so AC is equals to AB plus BC lah. Yeah, that's the answer. Yeah, nothing to do there. Okay, number two, they also want to find AC, but this time's in terms of what? AF and AD. Okay, where is AF? AF is this line right here, and the arrow is going that way, plus with AD. So AD is something like this. Okay, so I have to go from A to C, but I have to guna dua jalan ni. So how? Alright, if I go AF, FE, ED, DC cannot, right? Because I have to use this. What if I go DA like that and then AC? Maybe can also, but I think there's a better way to do it, which is go like this, AD plus DC. Yeah, from A to C, I have to go AD plus DC. And also, the DC, it will be same with the FA vector. Reason being is because this is a regular hexagon, so definitely these two lines will be parallel. And when two lines are parallel and sama panjang, they will have the same vector. I repeat one more time. Bila dua garisan parallel and sama panjang, dia mesti wajib parallel dan sama panjang, baru boleh kita cakap dia has the same vector. Tak boleh parallel saja, dia kena parallel and sama panjang at the same time. So it's parallel and sama panjang at the same time. That's why the DC vector you can replace with what? So it becomes equals to AD plus with DC, which is same with FA. Not AF, FA, because yeah, D to C so F to A lah. Okay, but they say in terms of AF. So how do you change this to AF? Very easy. When you're changing the vector direction, when you're doing the opposite direction, just tukar tanda minus. Okay, yeah. So AF is actually negative FA. So we want to find FA, right? So it's actually negative AF. So that's the answer. Okay, so it's already in terms of AD and AF. So that's the answer lah. Okay, it's only worth 2 marks for this. So let's go. Okay, B is still the same question, so it's still vector question. Alright, given that PQ is 2A, RS negative A, TU 2B, state the pair of parallel vectors, give your justification. Okay, alright, to show that the two vectors are parallel, you need to show that these two vectors boleh sama dengan. Boleh sama dengan, and then there's like a lambda here lah. Okay, and the lambda actually represents the ratio. Okay, the ratio. But if you look at this question, all the vectors can only have one unknown on the right side, which is A or B, right? So if dia ada satu unknown saja, you can actually know which vector is parallel without doing any working. Ya, sebab kalau dia ada satu unknown macam ni, you can straight away know already. If it has two unknowns, like for example, PQ is, let's say, 7i plus 2j. And then this one is like negative 5i plus 3j. This one is like, we can't tell just by looking. We cannot tell whether it's negative, is parallel or not just by looking at it. So we have to do some working for this. Maybe you have to letak lambda, something like that. But if it's just satu unknown macam tu saja, 2A dengan A, confirm you know, this one mesti boleh sama dengan ni. Because they both have A. They both have A. So confirm they are facing the same direction. Yeah, so confirm you know already the answer is PQ and RS are parallel. That's the answer. But of course, we have to show some working also. Alright, so what I recommend you to do is like this. PQ is 2A, right? You find A. You find A like that. 2A equals PQ like that, and then you find A, which is 1 over 2 PQ. And you know why, right? I find A because I want to sub inside. Because after I sub, then I can show that the RS vector boleh sama dengan PQ vector. Okay, so it becomes RS equals to negative A, and then the A is just 1 over 2 PQ, right? So the RS vector is equivalent to negative 1 over 2 PQ lah. And you can see the RS vector and PQ vector boleh sama dengan, so we can say that they are parallel lah. So the pair of parallel vectors is what? PQ and RS. Okay, so I'll just write here RS and PQ are parallel. Okay, are parallel. Of course, you can also do it like this. Cari A dari sini and then ganti sini. Boleh juga, sama saja. Okay, and this one confirm is not parallel lah because this one is B. So if you cari B single also, you cannot sub to any of this, right? Yeah, because it's different. Yeah. But if dia ada dua unknown, if dia ada dua unknown, what I will do is like, for example, this one is like 7i plus 2j, this one is 3i plus 5j. Then to prove they are parallel, you have to equal letak lambda. And then cari lambda on both sides. If both of the lambda on both sides sama, then parallel lah. Kalau lambda dia tak sama, then not parallel. Okay. Tapi untuk yang satu unknown, dia senang je. Dia macam ni je. Boleh guna mata tengok pun dapat dah. Kalau AA, then automatic parallel. Alright, that's it. Okay, number 3 pula. This is a differentiation question from 5 chapter 2. Okay, usually students don't like this kind of question one because it has story, and also differentiation is a very big chapter. Dia ada banyak jenis soalan dalam this chapter. So a lot of students, they always struggle with this. Okay, I'm just going to scroll down, just want to scan what type of question is this. Okay, looks like the minimum maximum punya, but I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure, I'm just guessing only, yeah. Just like, yeah. So I think I have to read the question lah to know for sure. So let's read. Solutions using other than calculus are not accepted. Okay, the calculus here means differentiation lah. Means they want you to use differentiation. Okay, so diagram 2 shows the base of pool PQRST. So this is a pool. Okay, PQRST. Okay, that will be built such that PQR is a semicircle. So this is a semicircle. Okay, and then TP is SR. Okay, I think I can label something here. TP SR. So this one is 6Y also lah. So if this is X, this is also X, right? But this is the diameter of the semicircle. And when you do calculation for semicircle, usually we use the radius. So let's find out the radius now. Okay, because I know already, confirm we'll be using radius one. Okay? And don't forget the angle here is 180 lah, because it's semicircle mah. Okay, use pi equals 3.142. Okay, so later if you want to tekan the pi, you use this 3.142. Okay, so far I label everything, looks good now. Now let's do A. If the perimeter of the base of pool is 120, okay, confirm I have to write this down, right? Perimeter big P equals to 120 meters. It means all the outside near length tambah semua dapat 120. Show that the area in meter square of the pool is A equals 60x minus 4 plus 3 pi x square over 8. Alright, this is a show question. That means this is the answer. And we have to find our own area and then make sure our area answer match with this. Okay, I cannot find the area now. You know why? Because if I find area now, it will be in terms of x and y. Yeah, because you are finding the area of this, right? Which is you taking area of rectangle minus the area of semicircle, which is 6y times x, which is 6yx or 6xy, up to you. And then minus with what? The area of semicircle. Okay, the area of full circle is pi r square. Pi r square, but half will be 1 over 2 pi r square lah. Okay, the pi I will not tekan because you can see the answer is in terms of pi. And then r square, the r will be x over 2 square like that. So that's the correct way to do it. But I said already, right? You cannot do this now because your answer will be in terms of xy, as you can see. Look at the answer they write here. It's only in terms of x and pi lah. Okay, so you actually want to get rid of the y. Okay, so what you have to do is use the perimeter 120, cari y single dari sini dulu. Then only sub inside here, sub inside the y here. Then only you continue from here. Okay, but sir, how come you know so fast? Like, because like I haven't do also, I know already, like I cannot do this first. Okay, the reason I know is because I look at this answer lah. Yeah, and also they got give us something, the perimeter 120 mah. So takkanlah dia bagi info ni untuk short sendiri, betul? Mesti dia bagi nak awak guna dulu. So yeah, from there I know already. Okay, takkanlah they can straight away do this, right? Dia bagi ni dulu, so maybe I have to do something with this first. So that's how I know lah. Alright, so for perimeter, let's find out the perimeter. 6y plus 6y, which is 12y. Okay, the x, I tambah 1x. Alright, and then plus with this arc. Okay, the arc formula is 2 pi r. Well, actually, you can use the 2 pi r times theta over 360. You can use this formula. Or you can also use r theta. Both this formula is the formula to find arc. The arc. But if you're using this formula, make sure the theta is in degree lah. But if you're using this one, make sure your angle is in radian. Okay, mana-mana boleh lah. I think I'll just go with the easy one lah. This one, r theta lah. So r theta, r is x over 2 times with theta, but this theta has to be in radian. And in radian, it will be 180 times pi over 180. Which is pi lah. Yeah, 180 degree in radian is just pi. Okay. But sir, I did using this lah. Okay lah, same answer also mah. See, 2 pi r, the r you masuk apa? X over 2, right? Times 180 over 360, which is 1 over 2. And then 2 cut, you left with pi x over 2, you see? Same. It's the same. It's the same. So you can use either one. Tak kisah. But if you use this, the theta has to be in degree lah. Okay. Okay, but I use the radian one lah. Okay, equals to 120. But don't forget, you are trying to find y. Because you're trying to sub inside here later, right? You don't go and find x. If you find x, then later here, in terms of y, then not same with this already. Okay. So you want in terms of X, so you have to cari Y lah. Siapa yang you want to get rid of the Y now, so you should cari Y. Okay, first I will pindah these two terms over there. So it become 120 minus X. Okay, the pi I can darab atas, so it can jadi minus pi X over 2. And then everything divided by 12 lah. So divided by 12 is 10, divided by 12 X over 12, divided by 12 will be pi X over 14. Okay, I think I did everything correct. Now what? Not 14 lah, 24. Yeah, divide 2, divide 12 mah. So 2 times 12 is 24 bawah. Okay. Okay, so ini baru betul. Now this whole thing have to go inside the y here. Okay. Okay, 6 times x times y is the same as 6 times x times y. So I'll write like this, and then the y I ganti with this 10 minus x over 12 minus pi x over 24. Okay. It's the same thing. Y darab x and x darab y is the same. Okay. Okay, what about this? Okay, this one you have to square dulu. So it becomes x squared over 4. So it becomes pi over 2 times x squared over 4. And then atas darab atas, bawah darab bawah sini. Okay, so it becomes what? Okay, this one can expand 60x. And then this one 6x squared over 12, which is, okay, 6 over 12 is 1 over 2. So it's x squared over 2 lah. Okay. And then the next part, 6x times pi x is 6 pi x power 3. And then over 24, so it becomes minus pi x power 3 over 4. Wait, macam salah je. This one is pi x, right? So it should be pi x square lah. Not pi x power 3, right? Pi x square. Yeah, because 6x times pi x. So it'll be pi x square. And then the 6 and 24 cut left with 4 down here. Yeah, correct. Okay, now I have to minus with, okay, this one I told you just now, atas darab atas, bawah darab bawah. So it becomes pi x square over 8. Okay. Okay, now your job is to work towards this. Yeah, this is a show question, right? So you want your final answer to match with this baris. So I can see the 60x is already like sama dengan ni. So kita jangan kacau dia sudah ngam. Then what about this? Okay, I think I have to samakan the denominator and it jadi satu fraction macam ni lah over 8. But before that, let's take out the negative first. Yeah, because you see they take out negative. So when you take out negative, dia akan ada satu big bracket and semua tanda ni tiga orang ni kena tukar tanda. Because you take out negative. So you left with x square over 2 plus pi x square over 4 plus pi x square over 8. Because you take out negative from all three terms. Okay, now what? Now you samakan penyebut ataupun you make it into single fraction. So jadikan semua over 8. Yeah, because that's what they want. Okay, so macam mana jadi over 8 ni? Ini darab 4 lah. So bawah darab 4, atas pun darab 4, dapat 4x square. And then ini 4 over 4 nak jadi 8 darab 2 je. So dapat 2 pi x square. And then the last one, ini sudah over 8. So tak payah buat apa-apa dah. Just tambah pi x square. Okay, almost there. Now what? So it becomes 60x minus. Okay, 2 pi x square plus pi x square boleh buat tinggal 3 pi x square. So dia akan jadi big bracket 4x square plus 3 pi x square over 8. Alright, now I have to factor out the x square. Yeah, because that's how they want it. So we just follow lah, minus, okay, take out the x square. So dia akan jadi satu bracket macam ni, x square over 8. Alright, so when you take out the x square, you're left with 4 plus 3 pi. Alright, this one sudah sama dengan ni. So we can write the word shown. Okay, to show that you sudah berjaya lah. You sudah tunjukkan. Okay, I think that's it. Now let's do B. Okay, if the pool has a depth of 10 meter. Wait, depth. Oh, okay. So it's, okay, I remember they mentioned this is just the base of the pool, the tapak. Yeah, the tapak for the swimming pool. So the pool ada depth sekarang. So it becomes a 3D shape already lah. Yeah, sebab kalau dia ada dalam, dia, ini tapak dia saja. Sebab tu dia 2D. D shape. Tapi kalau dia ada depth, then it becomes a 3D shape. Determine whether it is capable of holding 5,000 meter cube of water. Okay, I think this 5,000 bukan information. Ya, dia bukan information. Dia sebenarnya adalah jawab. You kena buat you sendiri punya volume. Yeah, because meter cube is volume. I think you have to find your own volume and then compare your answer with 5,000. Okay. Alright, so what you have to do is find your own volume lah. But how do you find volume? Of course you can. Okay, we know that the pool, the tapak is like this, right? That means this is the cross section lah. That means this is the cross section. So there is a dalam of apa 10 kan. So the how to say the on top punya shape will be like this also. Okay. So it's like something like this, like a 3D shape lah, like a 3D shape. So you to find the volume of this shape, you first find out the cross section area. You cari luas sini, and then darab dengan depth dia, the dalam dia which is 10. Okay. So to find the volume, I have to take the base area, or you can say the cross section area. Yeah, the base area, the area of this, times with 10. Okay. But masalahnya how to find the base area? You don't even have the XY, right? You don't even have the XY. Okay, my guess is to do dA dx equals 0. Yeah, I think that's what we need to do now. We have to find out dA dx equals 0 and find the maximum value of x and y. Yeah, I think that's what we need to do. Yeah. Okay, some of you might ask, sir, how come you know? How did you come to that conclusion? How did you know you have to do dA dx equals 0? The soalan tak ada cakap pun keyword minimum or maximum. Alright, yeah, memang betul soalan ni tak mention keyword minimum or maximum or turning point. They never mention about that. But they did say determine whether it's capable of holding this. So we can assume that if we want to know whether it's capable to holding this, then we just find out the maximum volume lah. If the volume maximum is lower than this, means it's not capable lah. If it's higher than this, then it means it's capable. So walaupun dia tak mention perkataan maximum lah, but I know that's what they want is the maximum volume. So maximum is the keyword, and when you're doing finding maximum, you always do differentiate equals 0. Okay, and since you are finding the maximum area, you will use the area equation to differentiate equals 0, which is this one lah. Okay, but if you differentiate this, it will be, is it okay? Yeah, can lah. Alright, so I'll just write a bit differently, 60x. Okay, later we have to do dA dx. So this one I will write, how will I write? The minus, I think it's better I darab atas. So dia akan jadi negative 4 over 8, right? Uh, okay, when we differentiate, we usually expand everything lah. So what I will do now is I will expand everything. So it becomes negative big bracket, and then this one I'll just darab 4x squared plus 3 pi x squared over 8, like that. Yeah, basically I will write this one lah. Write this one. And then what you do is you take the negative, darab inside. So yang ni boleh pecah jadi dua term. Okay. So dia akan jadi minus 4x squared over 8, which is 1 over 2x squared. And then minus plus jadi minus, and then 3 pi x squared over 8, which is 3 pi over 8x squared, like this. Okay. Yeah, because when differentiate is better when it's written like this. Yeah, no bracket, nothing to expand. Then now sekarang baru saya buat dA dx. Sekarang dia jadi senang lah untuk differentiate sebab ada 3 term. So just differentiate 3 kali separate. Separate differentiate 3 kali. Okay, differentiate 60x is 60. Okay, yang ni power darab depan 2 times 1 over 2 is 1, tapi negative. And then power minus 1 is just x. So negative 1x, tapi 1 tak ada orang tulis. So just write minus x saja. And then yang ini minus, okay, tulis je 2 times 3 over 8 3 over 4 lah. Yeah, so 3 pi over 4. And then power minus 1 is x. And don't forget, you have to take whole thing equals to 0. This one is over 4, right? Yeah, 6 over 8, yeah. 3 over 4. Okay, sekarang kita buat apa? Kita buat dA dx equals 0. Because we're trying to find the maximum. So it becomes this whole thing equals 0. And then now you cari x. Okay, now you have to tekan the 3.142 already. Yeah. Okay, I don't have enough space. So, alright. First of all, I will leave the 60 here. This dua term ni dia ada x, so I pindah sana. But I will tekan first. Negative 1 minus 3 pi over 4. So let's tekan. Negative 1 minus 3 times 3.142 divided 4. Okay, I got negative 3.3565. But when you move it here, it becomes positive 3.3565. Of course, with the x lah. And then now to find x, you just do 60 divide answer. Okay, so the x is 60 divide answer. So let me press. Okay, 17.875. Okay, dia bagi banyak decimal place, so you write 4 significant figure lah. So 17.88. Okay, so that is the x maximum, but that's not the answer yet. That's the x maximum. But I still have to find what? I still have to find the base area. So just sub the 70.88 back inside here. Yeah, because after you sub back inside here, then you get the base area, the maximum base area, and then times 10. Okay, yeah, so that's the plan now. Okay, okay, guys, I think I need to erase this because I don't have enough space. Yeah, so I'll erase it. Okay, you'll be fine because if you want the working for this, you can just rewind. Yeah, just rewind lah. Just rewind the video and then pause it. And if you want to sign in, you sign in. Sign in, eh? So I'll erase it for now because I need space. Okay, so I'm gonna continue here. When x 17.88, the a is equals to 60 times x, which is times 17.88, and then minus with bracket 4 plus 3 pi total bracket x square, so 17.88 square over 8. Okay, I'll use the answer button. Okay, and I will tekan this separately. Okay, this one separately, and then last kali baru minus. Okay, okay, answer times 60 first. Okay, wait, something happened. Okay, I cannot use the answer button really because I accidentally reset the whole thing. But it's okay. So 1072.8. That's what I get here. And then yang belakang ni just tekan everything. 4 plus 3 times 3.142. And then answer times 17.88 square. And then answer divide 8. Okay, 536.53. Okay, now I'll tekan 1072.8 minus answer. Okay, I got 536.27. Okay, 536.27. Okay, tell me what is this? The area, but it's the area maximum, right? Yeah, it's the area maximum and it's in meter square. Okay, why is it the area maximum? Because you do dA dx equals 0, you get the x maximum. So the x maximum sub back inside will give you the area maximum. Okay, now it's time to find the volume. Okay, so 536.27 times 10. I already write it here just now, right? So it becomes 5362.7 meter square. Meter cube. Okay. Okay, so now you can answer the question. Is it capable of holding 5,000 of water? The answer is yes. Yeah, you can hold more than that. It's like 5 5,300 plus. So what you have to write here? Since 5362.7 is bigger than 5,000, therefore it's capable lah. The pool is capable. The pool is capable of holding 5,000 meter cube water of water. Okay. All right. Remember, for this kind of question, you have to write the sentence like this. Okay, because you have to answer the question. The question asking you capable or not, so you have to write a baris to explain it like that. Okay, hope you understand. That's it. Okay, now we are at question 4. Okay, this looks like a trigonometry question. Yeah, other seen cos tan ma. So it's form 5, chapter 6. Okay, I'll do my A1 here. So they want you to prove this equals to this. So this is a proving question lah. Okay, for the proving, okay, let's talk about number 2. Number 2 is solve. So this one is cari theta. Okay, if they want you to solve for theta, you have to simplify this equation. After simplify, you will have to like tekan shift, sine shift, cos shift, tangent, right, to get the theta. And then you have to check whether it's a special case or normal case. If normal case, you find out the reference angle and then convert to the quadrant you want. If it's special case, straight away write the answer. Okay. But if let's say the soalan asks you to find sine theta or cos theta and tangent theta, those kind of question you have to look case. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's come back to A1. This one is proof. Okay, I can see the left hand side 2 sine theta cos cube theta 1 minus sine square. This one is sine 2 theta. Okay. Immediately when I see this, I think of the double angle already. Yeah, because sine 2 theta can use the double angle formula and dia boleh tukar jadi 2 sine theta cos theta. Okay. And for the left hand side, the sine square theta boleh tukar. Yeah, because sine square memang boleh tukar jadi use the basic identities sebab dia ada square kan. Yeah, semua yang ada square boleh guna basic identity. Okay. So I think I will start from left hand side lah. Okay, yeah, left hand side is easy to start. It's easier to start from the left hand side. Okay, So remember always start from the more complicated side. Okay, so dia akan jadi 2 sin theta. Okay, the sin theta memang tak boleh tukar anything already. Cos power 3, that one also, yeah, nothing you can do about that. So just write it. And then 1 minus sine square, right? Okay, the sine square, you can do something with that, which is changing using the basic identity. So the formula we will use is sine square theta plus cos square theta equals 1. Yeah, this is the basic identities. So sine square boleh tukar jadi apa? Ini pindah sana jadi 1 minus cos square. But you have to open a bracket and then baru tulis. And yeah, I can already see how this leads to this already. Yeah, because the 1 cut already, and then minus minus plus, and then cut left with this. Right? Wait, 2 sine theta cos cube. Okay, so you will do 2 sine theta cos power 3 theta over 1 minus 1 plus. Yeah, because it's minus 2 terms, so dua term kena tukar tanda. Cos square theta, and then 1 minus 1 is 0. Okay, so 2 sine theta cos cube theta over cos square theta lah, because 1 minus 1 is 0. And then the cos power 3 divide cos square, you left with cos theta lah. Yeah, because same base, bahagi the power have to minus. So 3 minus 2 left with power 1. So it's like that. Okay, but it's not over yet. You have to do 2 sine theta cos theta change to sine 2 theta. Then only you write proven. So this one is the right hand side. Okay. So from left hand side, I already changed to right hand side like that. Okay. Okay, let's do B. Solve the equation for this whole thing for theta in between 0 and 270. Okay, so later your answer has to be in between 0 to 270. So any answer that is outside of this range, you have to reject lah. Okay, let's see. 8 sine theta cos power 3 equals to 3 minus 3 sine square theta. Okay, this one is like very similar to this. Betul? Because this one also have sine theta cos power 3. So I think I will use this one to help me. Because if I can somehow change it to this, then I can ganti with sine 2 theta, which is good because this whole thing looks so complicated. The others cos power 3 sine square macam ni, right? So if I can make it similar like that, I can straight away change to sine 2 theta, then my working will be easy already. So what I will do first is the 8 I don't want. I want 2, right? So what we can do? Divide by 4? Yeah, divide by 4. So remember, our goal is to get this so that we can ganti sine 2 theta. So I will divide by 4. So when you divide 4, you will get 2 sine theta cos power 3 theta. But of course, this side also have to divide by 4. So jadi 3 over 4 minus 3 over 4 sine square theta like that. Now I have to divide with 1 minus sine square. Okay, that one no problem. I can just factor daripada sini. So there's 2 terms here, and both these 2 terms can divide with 3 over 4. So you take it out, you left with 1 minus sine square theta. And then this side is 2 sine theta cos power 3 theta. Now this whole thing pindah bawah jadi bahagi. So 2 sine theta cos power 3 theta over 1 minus sine square theta equals to 3 over 4. And now this is already same with this, which is good lah, which is good because that's what I want. So now the whole thing is can change to sine 2 theta equals 3 over 4. Okay, 3 over 4 is same as 0.75. So now you can solve for theta easily. Okay, so just pindah the sign lah. But you cannot do like that. You cannot tekan shift sign 0.75 and then answer divide 2. That's the wrong way to do it. That's the wrong way to do it. For this kind of question, you have to find out the reference angle first. And then you have to check the quadrant. So add sugar to coffee. So for sign answer, kalau sign answer positive, it will be quadrant 1 and quadrant 2. So quadrant 1, quadrant 2. And also it's 2 theta. So later you have to find out so there's 4 answers later. There's 4 answers because dua theta means dua pusingan. Okay, let's find out reference angle first. So you tekan shift sign 0.75. And kalau dia ada negatif sini, jangan tekan negatif. Okay, tapi ini soalan ni tak ada lah. So just tekan shift sign, dapatlah 48 degree 35 minutes. Okay, I usually write in degree minutes one. In all my videos, I write in degree minutes. Okay, if you want to write in decimal, feel free. But I always write in decimal. I always write in degree minutes. Okay, so this is the reference angle. What is reference angle? Reference angle means the angle towards x. Means here and here. Or you can say the angle in quadrant 1. So now you can find out the 2 theta. They said one in quadrant 1 and quadrant 2. So the quadrant 1 answer is this lah, 48 degree 35 minute, which is from here to here. The other one will be here to here. So how to get this? 180 minus with 48 degree 35 minute. Okay. So if you use your calculator, you get 131 degree 25 minutes. Okay, now before you divide by 2, you have to do something here. Ada lagi 2 jawapan sini. There's 2 more answers. Sebab dia 2 theta. So kalau 2 theta, what is the meaning? You have to take all your answer tambah 360 one time. If it's 2 theta, you have to find out the answer in the second pusingan. So you have to take all your answer tambah 360. So there's 2 answers here. Dua-dua kena tambah 360. So I get 408 degree 35. And for the other one, tambah 360 is 491 degree 25. 25. Okay. But sir, the soalan say the range has to be between 0 and 270. Itu theta. Itu untuk theta, bukan 2 theta. So later after you bahagi 2, baru you check dengan range. Okay, now everything divide 2. So 24 degree 18 minutes. 65 degree 43 minutes. 204 degree 18 minutes. And this one divide 2 is 245 degree 43 minutes. Okay, I realize that all the answers is within this range. So what is the orang yang buat soal ni, like what does he want? Okay, like dia bagi range ini tapi all the answer is in. I thought maybe they will make it like at least difficult, right? Maybe they want us to reject some of it, but it's like all the answer is in this range. So tak payah reject anything lah. Tak payah reject anything. Sebab semua jawapan between 0 and 270 dah. Okay, that's it. Sudah siap? Okay, now we go B. Okay, it's still trigonometry. Yeah, it's still the same question. But this one, they ask the graph one. Okay, diagram 3 shows a trigonometric function graph. Okay, this is interesting. They already draw for me the graph. Okay, we don't have draw already. They already draw already. So they say state the range for the domain 0 until 2 pi. Range means the julat for y. Okay, the julat for y. Okay, so I will write it here. Question 1a. Question 1a. So the range for the domain x between 0 and 2 pi. So from 0 to 2 pi, that is the range of x. This is the range of x. So the range of y will be here lah, which is the highest point and the lowest point. Okay, so you will take the y coordinate of the lowest point, which is -4, until the highest point punya y coordinate 6. So the range for y is in between -4 to 6 lah. And that's all. Sudah siap? Yeah. Okay, number B. State the function represented by graph. Oh, means they want you to write the y equals the a sine bx plus c lah. Okay, but is this a sine graph or cos graph? So judging by the shape, it's a sine graph, because sine graph, the shape looks like this. Yeah, like a wave. Okay, like a wave. So it's definitely not cos graph lah. Cos graph is not like that. So it will be sine graph a. So it will be, the form will be like this: a sine bx plus c. But of course, we have to find out the ABC now. Okay, A is the amplitude. And I always teach my student, the amplitude, you can find it like this: maximum minus minimum divided by 2. This is the fastest way to find out the amplitude. So maximum value 6, minimum -4. 6 minus -4 is 10, divided 2 is 5. So the amplitude is 5. Okay, this is the fastest way. Of course, there's other way to do it, which is you take the maximum plus minimum divide 2 first to get the center value, to get the center line. Yeah, because when you tambah bahagi 2, you get the center line, which is 1 lah. And then baru ambil the 6 minus 1. Because amplitude is the maximum value distance from the center line. Macam tu. But if you do it but if you're doing using this formula, it's the fastest way lah. You will get the amplitude very fast. Okay, next is the B. Okay, B, you have to write down how many cycle in 360 degrees. Yeah, in 2 pi lah, basically. So you can see they already draw until 2 pi for you. So you just have to see got how many sine graph inside within 0 to 2 pi, within the 2 pi range. So you can see this is one cycle. Okay, this is one complete sine graph, and then another half. So it means dalam 2 pi ada 1.5 sine graph. So 3/2 lah. 1.5. 3/2 is 1.5. Okay, last one is the C. C is you have to write whether the sine graph move up how many unit or move down how many unit. Okay, I know it's move up 1 unit. Yeah, move up 1 unit. You know why? Because the amplitude is 5. The amplitude is 5. But why is it not 5, -5 here? Yeah, because move up 1 unit lah. That's why the 5 becomes 6. And then the -5 plus 1 becomes -4. Okay. Another way to look at it is look at the center line here. You see? The normal sine graph yang tak gerak atas bawah, dia akan duduk sini, duduk dekat kosong, but now becomes 1. Yeah, so already move up 1. Okay. Okay, hope you understand my explanation. But I think it's recommended to write back inside, right? Yeah, it's recommended to rewrite the whole thing. So 5 sine 3 over 2x plus 1. Yeah, I think you have to write it like this because they said state the function represented by the graph. So that's the answer lah. Okay, sudah siap? Sekarang kita tengok next question. Okay, soalan number 2 saya buat sini ya. If a straight line y equals k is drawn on the same axis, okay, draw dekat sini, such that k is constant, state the possible number of solutions. Oh, dia tak bagi nilai k. Okay, normally how they ask is they will give you the equation and you have to draw the line, cari coordinate, draw the line and then find out kira ada berapa solution. But this one is like they then never give you equation and then never give the number of solution also. They say state the possible. Okay, possible means what? Yang mungkin lah. So maybe there's more than one answer lah. There's more than one answer. Okay, but we actually have a clue here. We have a clue here. What's the clue? The clue is the line will be a horizontal line. It will be a horizontal line. How come I know that? Is because from this equation. So the equation is y equals k, and k is a constant, right? So k must be a number. Maybe 5 or 10 or 16 or 7. I don't know, but it will just be a number. So if the equation look like this, y equals number, definitely it's a horizontal line. Yeah, it will be a horizontal line. It will not be a segment line. If it's segment line, the equation will be y equals mx plus c. But this one is y equals number, so it's horizontal line. But we don't know where's the k. It could be 5. Okay, if it's 5, then it will be here lah. And the number of solution will be 4. But it could also be 6. But if it's 6, then the number of solution is only 2, right? But it could also be 7. If it's 7, then it's like 0 solution lah. So if I place it here, it will be 2 solution. Here will be 0 lah. So 0, 2 is possible. Here will be 4. If I here also 4, yeah, 4 also. But what if I put it at y equals 1? That's when you have 2 solution, right? Okay, so 2, 4, 1. What if down here? 2 solution, 2 solution, 2 solution, 2 solution. And then if you go until here, also 1 solution. So I think the possible number of solution here is 0, 1, 2. When you place it here, there was 2. And then 3 is not possible. 3 is not possible. Unless you sengetkan the line lah. Unless you sengetkan the line lah. Unless you do something like this. Then you have 3 solution. But I told you already, this line is not a senget line. It's a horizontal line. It's not a senget line. If it's senget line, the equation mesti ada y, ada x one. Ini tak ada x. Okay, so 4 solution is possible. So I think that's the answer lah. 0, 1, 2, 4. Okay. Alright. That's the answer. Okay, that's all. Oh, that's all. Oh, sudah siap. Okay. Okay, for question 5, I think I will do it up here. Okay, I'm gonna read the question first. Johari's jump from a river bank into the river can be represented by quadratic function. Okay, Form 4 chapter 2, quadratic function, and it's under 2.3. Yeah, quadratic function so 2.3 lah. Okay, ht equals to this one. Okay, such that t is the time in seconds and h is the height in cm. So jump from river bank. Okay, so when you jump from river bank, let's say this one is the river bank RB, and then you jump where? Jump to the river. Okay, river. So it's like you stand here, and then it's like you jump and then drop. Okay, so you the shape will look like this, and this is the equation for the quadratic curve lah. Okay, so t is the time, h is the height. All right, so far okay. A1, by using completing the square, express ht in the form of p bracket t minus q square plus r such that p, q, r are constant. Okay, this one is the vertex form. The vertex form. But sir, why the vertex form here they write t? Bukan have to write x here. Okay, the x-axis they use t lah. Yeah, they use t to replace with the x. So use t lah. Okay, so now you have to do completing the square lah. Change to vertex form. Okay, so I will write down the function here. So a, this one is a1. So the soalan is ht equals -8 t squared plus 32t plus 96. Okay, now it's time to do completing the square. And then change to vertex form. Okay, when doing completing the square, we want our a to be +1. The a must be +1. So I have to bahagi -8. Okay, so left with t squared, 32 divided -8, which is -4. And then +96 divided negative is -12. Okay, you can use your calculator to help you. Okay. All right. After you reach here, you will do completing the square. And when you do complete the square, you have to tambah bracket square sini and minus bracket square sini. And you have to use big bracket. Yeah. The big bracket very important, huh? Yeah, the big bracket very important. Because nanti last kali you kena ambil -8 darab masuk. Okay, so t square minus 4t, leave an empty space, plus bracket square, and then minus 12, and then minus bracket square like that. Okay, inside the small bracket, you have to write b over 2. For the b, you refer beside here. So -4 over 2, -4 over 2. This is how you do completing the square. Okay, sekarang buat apa? -8. Okay, the big bracket still have to write. Still have to write. And the big bracket very important. Okay, now you will just look at this and look at this. Yang middle ni jangan tengok. Okay, so just look at this and this. Alright, this is t square. Maksudnya buat satu bracket, t tulis dalam, square tulis luar. And then this one -4 divide 2 is -4, 2 lah. And then square tulis luar. Okay, -12, so -12 minus, okay, -4 divide 2 is -2, square will be +4. Positive 4. Okay, tapi ada lagi satu minus sini lah, so -4 macam ni. Okay, sini dengan sini boleh buat, so -8 big bracket, t minus 2 square, -12 minus 4, -16 tutup big bracket. Okay, now finally you will take the -8 kembang. Okay, this is when you stop writing the big bracket. Okay, when you kembang into this bracket, remember dia tak boleh masuk dalam bracket sebab dia ada square. This bracket ada square, so you will just darab macam ni saja. Okay, and then the -8 times -16 is positive 8 times 16 gives you 128. Okay, I think that's the answer already because the soalan only asks you to express in the form of this. So it's already same form lah. Where P is -8, Q is 2, R is 1. Yeah. So everything okay already. Okay, number 2, sketch the graph of HT. Okay, so sketch. So soalan sketch. Alright, I'll do here. Okay, for sketch question, you first need to know the shape. Actually, for all sketching question in Addmaths paper, all the sketching question, you always need to know the shape first, and then get the coordinates. Get some coordinates. Find out the coordinate for the important points, and then only you can sketch. Yeah. All right. For the shape, we know already it will be like this. Okay, because the A is negative, and also logically thinking, if you're jumping, takkanlah you jump punya movement macam tu, betul? So mestilah you jump macam ni. Okay, that's why the A of the quadratic is negative lah. So you end up with a shape like that. Okay, so we know the shape already, but we need the coordinates and we need some important points. Okay, for quadratic curve, what are the important points? Okay, x-intercept, y-intercept, yang tu memang kena cari, x-intercept, y-intercept, and also the turning point. Yeah, for quadratic, you have to find out the turning point one. But no need to find already lah. You have already your vertex form. So you can just baca dari vertex form. For the x coordinate of turning point, refer here. But you have to tukar tanda. So -2 tukar tanda jadi 2. And then the y coordinate is 128. And it's minimum point or maximum point? Mestilah maximum. Okay, next point we need is the x-intercept. So you ganti t kosong, dapatlah 96. So x kosong 96. Sekarang ganti y kosong pula. Okay, but y kosong you might get two answer. Okay, we don't know. But high chance you get two answer one because it's quadratic, right? So let's try. -8t squared, this whole thing sama dengan kosong. So how will you solve for t? You tekan calculator. A tekan -8, B tekan 32, C tekan 96. Or maybe you can say tukar tanda dulu and then baru tekan. But it doesn't matter lah because I won't write the working anyway. So I'll just press straight away. Because I just want to know the coordinates. Okay. Yeah. So 6 and -2. That's what my calculator give me. So you have two different roots lah, 6 and -2. Okay. Alright, with the x-intercept and the y-intercept and the maximum point, now you can do the sketching already. Okay, but I want to mention something. Sometimes in the sketching question, they will give you the domain. Like for example, maybe -7 until 5. Contoh saja. They might give you something like this beside the sketching question. So if they give you this, then you have to find two more points, which is when x is -7 and x equals 5, so that you know the first point and the last point. Okay, but this question never mentioned about that, right? So they never give you the domain. That means it means you don't have to do that step lah. Okay, now it's time to sketch. Okay, I always do it like this. I always draw y-axis first, and when I draw y-axis, I will look at the x value because I want to know whether to draw it in the center or slightly on the left or on the right, right? So you look at the x value, you have 2, you have 0, you have 6, you have -2. So obviously you have to do a bit to the left like that. Because here you guna sampai 6, positive. guna sampai 6. Negative only guna until 2. That's why I will do like this. Okay. So after knowing the position, now you can start labeling the y-axis, starting with the highest value first lah. So you have 128, 96, 0. So I think I can jadikan this one 128. So it's like the bawah line, this one is 120. Yeah, 120. And then maybe I can go 120. Maybe I can go minus 30 like that. 120 minus 30 is 90, right? 90, and then minus 30 is 60. 60 minus 30 is 30. 30 minus 30 is 0. Okay. So 30, 60, 90, 120, and 128 is here. And then 96 is like this is 90 mah. So it's like a bit up lah. Just lebih kurang saja. Okay. For sketching question, you don't have to be accurate one. Don't have to use skala one. Just agak-agak. Just lebih kurang lah. But still, it's important to make sure apa you plot at the like how to say, make sure it's like the distance like lebih kurang sama lah. That's why even though I do the line, but I will not write any numbers here. Okay. Okay, after you do this, now for the x-axis, 6, 0, 2, -2. So the line here have to be very panjang, but dia pendek saja. Okay. And I can go -2, and then here I go 2, 4, 6. Macam tu. Okay, this one have to write t, yeah, because the x-axis is t, and this one have to write ht because this is the height, and I remember it's in meter, right? T is in minutes. Oh, excuse me. HT is in cm, sorry. So HCM, T is time. Time in seconds. So this one I write the unit. This one the unit is cm. Okay, now it's time to plot all the points. Okay, you have 2128, 2128. So this one 096, this one 60, this one -20 like this. Okay, now you just join lah. So something like this. Cannot use ruler, yeah, because this is a curve, right? Yeah. Okay. What if your quadratic curve look very weird like the shape? It means your 96 maybe you put very down here lah. Then it's like very hard for you to draw. Okay. That's why you remember just now when I draw even though it's a sketching question, I still try my best to make it like logic. Yeah, try to make sure the 96 is like make sense, right? Takkan like 96 you put here and then 128 put here, right? Yeah, that's why I put these lines is like to make sure, even though it's just sketch only lah, but just make sure it's like logic also. It's logic at that place. Kalau tak nanti susah nak join the shape. Alright, sudah siap? Sekarang just tulis the equation. HT equals -8t square plus 32 plus 96. And I always mention one thing in all my videos. For sketching quadratic curve, you must label the turning point. For other points you don't want to label, it's fine. It's fine. This one all you don't want to label is fine. Just the maximum point, I recommend students to label it. Okay, so let's label that 2128. Okay, the rest all don't need to label, it's fine. But the maximum, the turning point always label. And you can see the axis of symmetry is here, x equals 2. Okay, that's it. Sketch the graph, 4 marks. Okay, done. Okay, now for B pula. Calculate the total vertical distance in cm. So definitely we have to refer the y coordinate. Yeah, because vertical distance is, y coordinate. In cm of Johari's jump from the riverbank until he reaches the water surface. So I want to find the vertical distance of Johari's jump. Vertical distance of Johari jump. Okay, I remember the Johari jump from a riverbank, right? So, okay, I will just tell you something. This part of the curve, sebenarnya doesn't exist now. You know why? Because this is time, right? So when time is 0, Johari is standing here. Yeah, standing here, right? When the time is 0. Takkanlah there's time negative. Time tak ada negative, right? So actually this part of the curve doesn't exist. Yeah, so this is actually the height of the river bank. And then he jumped until here, you reach the maximum and then start go down into the river lah. Okay? Yeah, so you all understand, right? Why this part doesn't exist? Because time tak ada negative. Yeah, time tak ada negative. You can only start from 0 second. So at 0 second, that's when Johari is at the river bank. But they want vertical distance. So I have to find out the vertical distance from here until here. So you have to take 128 minus 96 lah. Okay? But that's not the answer. That's not the answer. Because 128 minus 96 is the vertical distance from where to where? From the river bank to the maximum point. But read the question. They want from the river bank until he reaches water surface. Okay, from river bank until he reaches vertical surface means you have to take 128 minus 96 to get the vertical distance here first, and then plus again with the 128 for the full vertical distance, for the total vertical distance. Okay, let's get the distance here first. So you take 128 minus 96 because you want the vertical distance from river bank to the maximum point. And then afterwards, plus with another 128 to get the total vertical distance. Okay, all right, I got 160, and I think the unit is in meters. Oh no, cm. Cm. Okay, tadi I ada tulis unit tak? Oh, okay, ada dekat axis. Okay, so good, finish already. Now for the last question. C. Determine the effect to the equation of axis of symmetry if the coefficient value of P in the quadratic function Pt minus Q squared plus R changes to -3. Okay, so it's referring the P, this P change to -3. Okay, what's the P value? -8. Okay, -8. So now change to -3. So what is the effect on the equation of axis of symmetry? No change. Yeah, no change. Because axis of symmetry will only change because you get your axis of symmetry from here. Yeah, from the -q here. Okay, but of course you have to tukar tanda this value lah. But if this value didn't change, then the axis of symmetry won't change. So changing the P value doesn't affect the axis of symmetry. Yeah, even if the P I change to positive also this value, even if I change to positive also, still you will have the same axis of symmetry, which is 2. Yeah, because the axis of symmetry will only change depending on this value inside here. Okay, and if this value never change, the axis of symmetry won't change. Okay, then what about this value here? Okay, this value will only control the shape of the graph, and the width of the curve. Okay, yeah. So if you change from -8 to -3, the only thing change is the curve will end up more wider or more narrow. Anyone knows this? A lot of students never hafal this one. Okay, so tell me how. This is extra knowledge. Okay, when your A is bigger than 0, what happens? A smaller, the width bigger. But if your A is lesser than 0, means the shape is like this. Okay, A bigger 0, the shape is like this. A smaller is more wider. And then if it's A negative, A bigger, the width also bigger. Like that. So I don't know you all. Okay, of course this one is not really useful for this question lah. So what I'm mentioning now is not useful to this question, but it's still important to know it. Yeah, this one very rare they ask. Very rare we will use this, but it's still important to know. So make sure you know that. So tell me, from -8, you're changing to -3. It means you are increasing the A value, right? So it will become wider. So the if I change -8, it will become wider like that. But of course, it will still have the same axis of symmetry, have the same maximum value, just that the width increases lah. Okay, uh, because for this kind of shape, it's like that one. Increase the A, the width also increase. But for the A bigger 0 is the opposite. A smaller, then only is wider. Okay, okay. This one I'll just no need to write in the working. This is just some extra notes for you. Okay, okay. Hope you get it. Okay, let's continue. Number 6. All right, what chapter is this? Let's scan the question. Okay, find TN. Yeah, progression lah. So from 4, chapter 5. Yeah, the Janjang punya chapter, progression. Okay, diagram 4 shows the steps to produce triangles in Sierpinski's model. For every step, each triangle is divided into 4 congruent triangles and the triangles in the middle will be removed. This process will be repeated in each subsequent step. Okay, what's the meaning of every step, each triangle divided into 4 congruent triangles? It means in step 1, I will divide into 4 congruent triangles. Okay, and the triangle in the middle will be removed. So as you can see, the middle one becomes white color, right? Okay, why is it white color? It's because it's removed. So you end up with 3 triangles only lah. You never, because at first you separate into four ma, and then you remove the middle one, so you end up with three triangles. Okay. And one more thing, what's the meaning of congruent? Congruent means same size, same shape. So it means all these four triangles will have the same size, same exact size. Okay. Yeah. Okay, and then this process will be repeated in each subsequent step. So when you go to the next step, what happens to this triangle? You do the same step lah. You separate into four triangle, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then remove the middle one. So you remove another three here. Okay, and then go the next one. This small triangle do again, like that. Divide into four congruent triangles and then remove the middle one. Yeah, just keep on repeating the step lah. Okay, all right. So now we understand the question. Now we can do A. Okay, let me erase nicely first. Okay, let's go. A, the number of removed triangles in the n step Tn form a progression. Show that Tn equals 3 power n over 3. So it's a show question again. So for show question, you have to do yourself and then make sure your answer match with the answer here. Okay. Okay, they want you to show that the Tn is this. So we have to form our own progression first and then find out our own Tn lah. Okay, how to form our progression? Okay, we have to form a progression using number of removed triangles. So what is the first term? Okay, how many triangles removed in the first step? Satu lah. The white color triangle is the removed one mah. So satu. Followed by satu, dua, tiga. Yeah, you remove another three. Yeah, because in the step 2, you remove 3. 1 here, 2 here, 3 here. Okay. But sir, bukan 4 ah. 1, 2, 3, 4 mah. Hey, hello, the middle one is already removed already. Yeah, the middle triangle is already removed in the first step already. So in second step, they actually only remove 3 saja. So 1, 3, Okay, for this one, remove berapa? Okay, this one doesn't count, This 4 doesn't count because this one is memang sudah remove siap-siap one. So yang remove dekat step 3 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like that. So it forms a geometric progression. So let's find out our A and R. So A satu, R is 3 divided 1, which is R, 3. Okay. Dia bukan arithmetic, Ya, sebab kalau arithmetic dia punya difference kena sama. Sini tambah 2 tapi sini tambah 6. So dia punya difference tak sama. Okay. So it's geometric lah. Darab 3, darab 3, darab 3. Okay, now we can try to show that the Tn is this. Okay, what's the formula for Tn? AR power n minus 1. So it becomes A1 power 3 power n minus 1. So you left with 3 power n minus 1. But this is a show question. So we have to make sure our answer match with this. So how do you change this to this? 3 power n minus 1 is actually same as 3 power n times 3 power negative 1. Okay, yeah, so it becomes 3 power n times 1 over 3. And then I need darab atas, so jadi 3 power n over 3. Siap, that's the answer. Okay, let me explain a bit on this lah. Okay, you all know right, why can pecah macam tu? Because kalau base sama darab, the power kena tambah. So 3 power n times 3 power negative 1, kalau you tambah the power, you get back atas. Okay, but I do it in reverse to separate them. Okay, okay, another way to write this is 3 power n divide 3 power 1, which is same also lah. You divide 3 power 1, you like bawah divide 3 like that, sama saja. Okay, so boleh juga. Sebenarnya sama. Okay, hope you understand. Now let's do B. Find the sum of triangles that have not been removed for the first 8 steps. Oh, all right. Can I find out the S8 using this formula? Cannot lah. Cannot. There's two reasons why cannot. First reason is because this is the formula for Tn. So you can't find the Sn using the Tn formula. And then another reason you cannot use this is because this comes from a progression for removed triangles. Remember this one, when we write the progression, we use the remove triangles. Now I'm trying to find the sum of triangles that have not been removed for the first 8 steps. So I think I have to form a new progression, but using the triangle that have not been removed. So the not been removed is 3 in the first step. Okay, not been removed means the black color one lah, black color one. So black color one is 3, not removed, right? So 1, 2, 3, not removed. Okay, in the second step, what is the triangle that has not been removed? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 triangles not removed. Okay, in step 3 also you do the same, just count got how many black color triangle. So black color triangle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So 27 triangles, 27 black triangles in step 3. Okay, after you list out first 3 terms, you can find out your A, and I believe it's a geometric also. Yeah, times 3, right? So A is 3, 9 divided by 3 is 3. And if you take 9 times 3, yeah, 27 also. Okay, now you want to find the sum for the first 8 steps. Sum means like you have to take 3 plus 9 plus 27 and then keep going plus until the T8 lah. So the sum from T1 to T8, that means the S8 lah. Okay, what's the formula for Sn? Do you know? So the Sn formula is A bracket 1 minus R power n over 1 minus R, or A R power n minus 1 over R minus 1. Okay, depending on your R is bigger than 1 or smaller than 1 lah. Okay, so your R is 3, so it's bigger than 1, so you should do this. Okay, yeah, because if it's bigger than 1, you will usually minus 1. But if it's smaller than 1, then you 1 minus lah. Okay, so let's write down the formula. Okay, I suka tulis bawah dulu, R minus 1, which is 3, so 3 minus 1. Atas akan jadi A R power n minus 1, so A is the 3, and then R power n is 3 power 8, like that, minus 1. Okay, tekan whole thing, you will get 9840. Okay, I don't think there will be unit for this. Yeah, it's just sum of triangles. Okay, maybe you can write triangles lah. For the unit, just write triangles. You don't write RM, this one is number of triangles, so just write triangle. Okay, now let's do C. Okay, C, given that the area of triangle that has been removed in the first step is 12 units square. Okay, has been removed. So we're using this progression or this progression? Tell me. Remove ma. So the white color triangle lah. The white color triangle is this one. Okay, so the number of white triangle follows this progression. So they say the area is 12. It means the area of this white color is 12 units square. Okay, it's 12 units square. But guess what? The area of this black color is 12 also. This is also 12, this is also 12. Because this 4 is like congruent. Okay, it's congruent. Okay, let's see what they want. Find the sum to infinity for the area of triangles that has been removed. Or like that. So I think I have to form a new progression, right? Can I find the sum to infinity from here? Definitely no, right? Because if I find sum to infinity from here, I'm finding the sum of infinity for the number of white triangles. But they want the sum to infinity for the area. So definitely you have to form a new progression using the area. But it has to be area yang remove in every step. Okay, in the first step we know is 12. Okay, in second step, what is the area of removed? It will be 12 unit square plus with, okay, this is definitely not 12. This is definitely not 12. Because this is 12. This whole thing is 12. But since 4 of these triangles are congruent, you can divide by 4. So you end up with an area of 3 lah. 3 unit square. Understand? And this is 3 unit square also, 3 unit square also. Because this one is this one, right? Yeah, so this one 12 lah. The whole thing 12 lah. Divide 4, 3 unit square. So the area here would be 12 square plus 3 square plus 3 square plus 3 square. But wait, the middle one we don't count. So it's just 3 plus 3 plus 3. 3 plus 3 plus 3, which is 9. Okay. Yeah, you understand, right? Why the middle one never count? Because in the second step, only 3 triangles removed. So we're only finding the 3 area removed. Okay, for the third one, this one, so I have to take 3 divided 4 again, right? But actually you don't have to do that. Because when you have 2 terms, it's already enough to get the AR already. The A is 12, the R is 9 divided 12. Okay, so 9 divided 12, it would be 3 over 4. Okay, and it's already enough information to find the S infinity, right? I don't want to waste my time go and find out this one. This one is like can also like you find also can, but you won't use it also. Yeah, you won't use it also. Okay. Yeah, so for the first 2 terms is already enough already, and also they already say sum to infinity. So confirm it will be geometric one. You don't need the third term to check whether it's arithmetic or geometric. Confirm it's geometric. S infinity only appears in geometric. So to make things easy, I'll just find 2 terms lah. And then now I will find the S infinity. Then I get the answer lah. Okay, S infinity formula is A over 1 minus R. So 12 over 1 minus 3 over 4, which gives you 12 divided 1 over 4, which gives you 48. And since it's the area, so it will be in unit square lah. Follow the unit, this one. Okay, unit square. Alright, that's all. Sudah siap. Okay, this is the last question for section A, number 7. So let's do it. Okay, 7A. Diagram 5 shows a stage in a hall. Okay, so this is a stage inside a hall, the day 1. It is given that the sector OPRT sector, so maybe Form 5 chapter 1. Maybe. Yeah, I think confirm lah, Form 5 chapter 1. The circular measure. Okay, given that the sector OPRT is a sector, so these two has to be sama panjang lah, radius mah. Center at O, yeah, center at O, with a radius of 13 meter is the area of the main stage. Okay, this one is main stage. So I'll just write here, main stage. So this is the main stage. Okay, the radius is 13. So here is 13, here is 13. But if you tarik from O to R, it'll be 13 also. That is also radius. Okay, but jangan tarik dulu. The shaded region will be filled with decoration. So this one is deco shaded region, including here also. This one also shaded. Okay, I don't know why there's a circle here. I'm not sure why, but it's okay. It's okay. Leave it first. Okay, ada lagi information sini. Given that QS is a tangent to the arc PRT at point R with a length of 24 meter. Okay, so QS, the length is 24 meter. So the panjang here is 24. And also they say this is a tangent to the arc PRT. Tangent means it will touches the arc at one point lah, at point R. So point R is the tangent point. Okay, at tangent point. And we all know kalau tarik from center of circle to the tangent point, you will always get 90 degree. Okay, you will always get 90 degree. Okay, apa lagi? PQ and TS are perpendicular to QS. What? PQ and TS perpendicular to QS. Oh, so you mean like that 90, 90 like that. Okay. And then PQ equals TS. PQ, okay, so this line sama. Okay. Okay, so I think I have to tarik the line bawah lah. Yeah, tarik the line bawah and put 90 degree. Yeah, center tarik tangent point will be 90. Okay, let me erase the MS. Okay, now we can do number 1. Oh, they say use pi 3.142. Okay, number 1. LED strip lights will be installed around the shaded region. Calculate the height, calculate the length in meter for the LED strip lights. Means you find perimeter lah. Yeah, find perimeter of shaded region. So the LED light they install where? Here, 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 here. That's the LED light. So if you want to find the length of LED light, you find the perimeter here lah. Okay, we already know the length from here to here, which is 24. So that's good. We already know that. But we still have to plus with these two lines. But how to find the panjang here? Not sure. And then also have to find out the arc, right? Okay, to find out this arc, definitely I need this angle. Betul? Yeah, because the length of arc formula is r theta. Okay. So now we have a problem, which is we don't have the angle. So what formula we can use? Okay, they never give us the arc, they never give us area of sector or chord. Yeah, basically never give us anything regarding the circle. So I think what you have to do is use the right angle triangle. Use right angle triangle. But where's the right angle triangle? Here. Go from T, join to P like this. Because when you join like that, you will get a 90 degree here and you will get a right angle triangle. And do you remember this whole line is 13, right? So how? If the whole line is 13, guys, how? 13. Okay, if you cut in half, the 24 also divide in half, right? Yeah, because remember this one they say is 90 degree, 90 degree. So definitely you cut like that. These two lines must be parallel lah. Because this one also 90 degree, parallel. So it's a trapezium. It's a trapezium. And that can also mean that the 24 can cut into half, jadi 12, 12 like that. So it means this will be 12 also lah. So now you can use Pythagoras theorem and find out the panjang here. Yeah, just use Pythagoras theorem. Okay. So I'm gonna just write, I know it's 5 lah. I know it's 5 already. But I'll just write some working for you. It's square root 13 square minus 12 square. Yeah, Pythagoras theorem. 13 square, dapat 5. And the whole line is 13, right? So you can take 13 minus 5 to get 8 here. It means this is 8, 8. Okay, so this is good. Because now I know this is 24. Later I have to plus 8 plus 8. Okay, the only thing left to find is the arc PRT. This arc, okay? Okay, to find this arc, I told you already, you need the angle here, right? But you can find half of the angle first, which is here, the half of the angle. Yeah, and you can find it using Socato, using the right angle triangle. Okay? But you cannot, but you have to use the Socato lah. Okay, you nak guna sin, cos or tangent. Actually, tiga-tiga pun boleh. Sebab you already have all three sides. So it doesn't matter which one you use. Okay, I'll just use sine lah. Okay, sine angle ROT. Sine angle ROT is equals to opposite or hypotenuse. So 12 over 13. If you want to use cos also can. But if you use cos, make sure you write 5 over 13 lah. Because the cos formula is A over H. Okay, now what? Now shift sign this one lah. Okay, when you tekan shift sign, your calculator will give you the reference angle. But you don't have to check quadrant already. Because this is a right angle triangle. So the angle here confirm is less than 91. Okay, so we don't have to check quadrant because the other answer will be at quadrant 2. But confirm you will reject that. So it's 67 degree 23 minutes. Okay, but I have to times 2 to get the full angle POT. So POT is 67 degree 23 minute times 2. So let me press answer times 2. 134 degree 46 minutes. Okay, and I will convert to radian. Yeah, we all know why. Yeah, we all know why, right? Because later you have to find arc R theta formula. So times 3.142 over 180. Okay, I'll use the answer button again. Times 3.142 divided by 180. Okay, I get 2.352 radian, of course. Okay. So now we have all this information, we can find out the arc and also the perimeter lah. So to find the LED lights, length of LED, so I'll just write here. Wait, should I write here? Okay, I write down here. Length of LED, which basically means the perimeter lah. So it will be 12 plus 12, which is 24, plus 8, which is 16, and then plus with the arc. We use the R theta formula. R is 13, and the theta in radian is 2.352. Why I write meter here? Oh my god, this is radian. Okay, now I'll press the whole thing. So I got 70.58. And of course it's in cm lah. Okay, let me double check. Times 13 plus 40. 70.58 cm. Yeah, correct. Okay, it's in meter, not cm. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, because everything is in meter in the question. So this is in meter. Okay, for question 2 pula, let's go. A spotlight will be installed at T. Okay, now we know what's the circle already lah. So this is the spotlight. So I put a cross here. Okay, what happens to the spotlight? Installed at T and will illuminate the circular area with radius 6 meter. So the radius of circle is 6. So here to here, 6. Here to here, 6. So the 13 can minus 6, get 7 here. But I don't think the 7 will be useful. Here if you cut also, okay. Apa lagi? Find the area in meter square of the main stage that will be illuminated by the spotlight. Okay, they ask like that. Find the area of the main stage that will be illuminated by spotlight. Okay, I remember the main stage is this one, right? Not the shaded region. Shaded region is the decoration. So the main stage is this. But the main stage yang kena illuminate spotlight is only here only. Agree? So we have to find the area of this shape lah. But this is a very weird shape. It's not a sector, guys. It's not a sector. Because sector mesti ada 3 line. 2 radius and arc, right? So yeah, it's not a sector. It's actually a sector plus with the segment. Sector plus with the segment. So what I have to do now, I will erase this line to make it less confusing. Okay. Yeah, because this line becomes that we don't use it already. Okay, I'm just gonna erase everything. So 6 here. So what I have to do is I have to draw a line like that here. And this line will be 6 also because this is the radius, right? But to find the total area of this, I have to take area of sector plus with this segment. Okay. And how to find the segment here? Okay. To find this segment, you have to use this sector. Yeah, you have to use this sector. Do you agree? Yeah, because this segment belongs to this sector. Okay. So we need to draw one more line from here, uh, to the center like this. And of course the radius will be 13 lah for this. But we also need the angle from here. Yeah, we need the angle from here to find the area of segment here. Okay. And then later I have to plus with the area of sector. Okay. Okay, we know this one is 6. Huh? Okay, now the problem is how do you find this angle? Okay, I know the whole line here is 13 also. Okay, yeah, because both isosceles. So we can find this angle actually. We can use the chord formula. Yeah, chord formula 2r sine theta over 2 equals to 6. Yeah, this is the chord formula. Okay, or some students they want to use cosine rule also can. Yeah, because if you look at this triangle, you have all 3 sides. So you can use cosine rule also can. But your A will be 6 lah. So you'll be 6 square equals 13 square plus 13 square minus 2 times 13 cos angle. And then pindah can also lah. Okay. But this one will be easier. So I will do it like this. The chord formula. Okay. Yeah, because we have the chord of this sector which is 6. So 2r which is 13 sine theta over 2 equals to 6. And the theta will automatically be this angle. Okay. Okay, but the theta will come out in degree if you do it like that. Okay, so sine theta over 2 equals to 6 divide, what is this? 26. So I press my calculator, I get 3 over 13. But let's write in decimal, 0.2308. Okay, there's actually banyak lagi digit after the 8, but we don't care because we will use the answer button. So just shift sign answer. Okay, I get 13 degree 21 minutes. But that is that is the RA. 13 degree 20 minutes. But for this case, this we know already this is a acute angle. Yeah, it's quadrant 1. So we don't have to worry about the reference angle. Straight away, just write theta over 2 pun boleh. Yeah, because you will not be taking the quadrant 2 answer one lah. And then later I have to times 2 lagi. So yeah. So 26 degree 41 minutes. Okay, now we know this angle. And guess what? With this angle, I can take 180 minus bahagi 2 to get the other 2 angle. And you also need this angle later to find the area of sector. Right? Yeah, because our plan is to take the area of this sector minus the segment. And you need this angle to find the area of sector. So just tekan 180 minus answer and then answer divided by 2. So I get 76 degree 39 minutes. So now we know the angle here, 76 degree 39 minutes. Okay, with all this, now it's possible to find the area of the area of main stage with yang kena spotlight punya. So I don't have enough space. Okay, I'll write here I'll just write area lah. Okay, find area of sector first. Area of sector I can do pi. Okay, let's use the form 5 punya method lah. 1 over 2 r square theta, right? Yeah, area of sector. So 1 over 2 r square theta. For the r will be 6. The theta is 76 degree 39. So I'll just change to radian quickly here. 76 degree 39 minute times with pi 3.142 over 180. So I'm gonna press this, see what we get lah. Okay, answer times 3.4 divided 180. 1.338 radian, of course. Okay, so this is 1.338. Okay, let's just press this and see what we get. Answer times 36 divided 2. Okay, this one is 24.09. Okay, guys, this is not the answer. Okay, it's in meter square, right? Yeah. Okay, this is not the answer. This is area of sector. So I think I write nicely here. I write A for sector. Okay, now I need the A for segment. Okay, so I continue here. So I need the A for segment. Okay, for the area of segment formula is 1 over 2 r square theta minus sine theta. Yeah, area of sector formula is 1 over 2 r square theta minus sine theta. Actually, this formula come from area of sector minus area of triangle. Yeah, this formula come from area of sector minus area of triangle. Because segment is actually the whole sector minus with triangle. So it's 1 over 2 r square theta minus 1 over 2 ab sine c. But I factorize it out already. Okay, the r will be 13 this time. Yeah, because for the segment is here. This one, right? So the radius is 13. And the angle in radian. Okay, the angle is 26 degree 41, but I need it in radian, right? So I have to convert. So 26 degree 41 minute times 3.142 over 180. So let's try to get the angle in radian. Wait, 26 degree 41 minute times 3.142 divided by 180. Okay, my calculator give me 0.4658. 4658. But this is not the answer yet. This is just the angle in radian. Okay, the formula is 1 over 2 r squared. Theta has to be in radian. But this theta has to be in degree. So minus with sine in degree is 26 degree 41 lah. Okay. Alright, I think the last thing now is just tekan everything lah. Okay. Alright, so what happens? Answer minus sine 26 degree 41 minute equals, and then answer times 13 square divided 2. Okay, I get 1.412. 1.412. Okay. And it's in meter square. Okay, now what is the total area? The area of main stage. So total will be, okay, I will take this one plus this one. So 24.09 plus 1.412, which gives me 24. Okay, 25.50. Okay. Yeah, so that's the answer lah. Okay, the unit will be in meter square. Okay, Russ, yep. So hope you understand. All right, let's continue. Okay, 7B. Derive the formula for area of sector L equals 1 over 2 j squared theta. All right, guys, I want to tell you something. This is not the first time they ask to derive this, because I saw this question, this exact same question in the other state paper, but I forgot which state already. But this is not, I just want to mention to you, this is not the first time they ask already. So I hope you all make sure you know how to derive this formula and this formula. Yeah, because they might ask in the SPM. I don't know whether they will ask or not in the SPM, but in state paper, it comes out a few times already. Especially this one. This one comes out 2 times already. I see it 2 times already. In 2 different states. This one got also, but only 1 time only. Okay, so derive the formula. So actually the concept to derive these two formula is the same. Okay, I will show you both lah. I will show you both. So for the S equals R theta, how do you derive it? So first you have to know something. The how do you say this? The arc, right? The arc, let's call it S. Let's call it arc S will be directly proportional to the theta. Okay, the arc S will be directly proportional to the theta. Okay, radius will just be the constant. Okay, so we can say that the S over theta is equivalent to full circle 2 pi r over 360. Okay. Okay lah, guys. I will teach you how to derive these two formula. At the same time, I will also teach you how to derive for this formula. 2 pi r times theta over 360. And then pi r squared times theta over 360. Okay, let me explain what is this. This one is the maths formula that you learn in Form 2, Form 3. Like Form 2, Form 3, you already learn already how to find the arc. But when you learn at Form 2, Form 3, you learn this formula. And the theta is in degree punya lah. Okay. When you masuk Form 5, then only you learn this one. Then only you learn about the radian. Using this in radian punya. But when you Form 2, Form 3, you learn about this. Okay. So I will just straight away teach you how to derive these 4 formulas lah. Okay, these 2 formula cara dia derive sama because they both used to find arc. Okay. So let's say I'm trying to derive this. The one yang degree. So what I will write here is 360, and then your S will be 2 pi r times theta over 360 lah. Then it will be this formula already. Okay. But imagine if you want to derive for the radian punya, then this one you have to write 2 pi already. Because 360, 2 pi r is the full circumference, but it has to be over with 2 pi lah. Because the full circle, the angle, corresponding angle will be 360. And then the 2 pi cut, you left with S equals R theta. Itu cara dia. Now, for the area formula, 1 over 2 R squared theta. Same concept. The area for the sector will be directly proportional to the theta. So if let's say A is the area of this sector, right? So A over with the theta will be similar to the area of full circle divided with the full angle. Okay, the full circle area will always be pi r square. But divide with the full angle, okay, the full angle will be 360 degrees. Of course, if you're trying to prove yang ini, then you have to masuk 2 pi. Because Yeah, this one is radian punya. But if you want to prove this one, then you would put 360, and then your A siap already lah, times theta of 360. You see, same already. Okay, but if you want radian, very easy. Just change this to pi. And then now the pi cut already. So you just left with what? You just left with r square over 2, right? Which is 1 over 2 r square lah. But there's a over theta here, so A equals 1 over 2 r square theta. So this is how you prove this. Okay. This question only asks us to derive for this, so you only have to write this. Okay, you only have to write this. But make sure you know how to do for this also. Okay, yeah. Okay, so that's all. Hope you get it. Let's continue. Okay, bahagian B, question number 8. Okay, for number 8, what chapter is this? Coordinate geometry, right? Coordinate geometry. So from 4 chapter, 7 or 8? 7, huh? Okay, bahagian ni mengandungi 4 soalan, jawab 3 soalan. Alright, in this video, for this bahagian B, I will jawab all 4 questions. Okay, so let's start with 8. Okay, diagram 6 shows triangle RST. Okay. Point U lies on straight line RT. Point U lies on RT. Okay, so far nothing to label, nothing important here. So skip all that. A, point U divides the line segment RT in ratio MN. Okay, you can write something already. So point U divides RT according to ratio MN. So U divide RT in ratio MN. So UR is M. And then this one is N. But they never give us the ratio. And also the coordinate also never give. Okay, now what? Derive the formula for x coordinate of the point dividing the line segment. Okay, this is not the first time I see this question. This is not the first time. Okay, it's like the third time already. I see it a few times already in like past year, last year punya trial state paper also they got asked about this to derive this formula, and in this year also have in another state paper, but I forgot which state already lah. Yeah, but yeah, make sure you know how to derive this formula lah. Okay, do you know what formula they are talking about here? It's the point C formula. Okay, it's the point C formula. Okay, so divisor of line segment. Let's say we have x1, y1 here, and we have x2, y2 here, and the ratio is mn. We have to darab macam ni. So the formula becomes what? X1 times n, so it becomes nx1, ny1. And this one is mx2, my2, plus my2. And then the bawah one is m plus n, m plus n. Yeah, this is the formula for divisor of line segment, and this is what we're trying to prove now. Okay, I remember so vividly that I got do this in one of the trial state paper, but I don't remember which state. But I'm very confident I did this before. Yeah, I remember I explained it before. Okay, but I'll explain it one more time for you here. So they only want you to derive for the x coordinate only. So later I will only derive this part of the formula, but it will not be it will not be x1 x2 like that. It will be like uh A B C D lah. Well, actually just A and C only lah, because just the x coordinate, right? So how do you derive it? Okay, you cannot do like that. You cannot do this. You cannot buat macam ni, buat macam ni. Of course, if you do like that, you will get the formula also, but that's not how you derive it. If you do like that, you are just applying the formula. You are not deriving the formula. To derive it, what you have to do is you have to draw two right angle triangle. Yeah, that's how you derive this formula. Draw two right angle triangle from here straight to here, and then from U to T like that. Okay, you can see these two triangle, dia punya size sama tak? Do they have the same size? No, right? One is smaller, one is bigger. Why? Because the MN also not same already. The MN ratio. If MN is same, then U is the midpoint already. Do you agree? If the MN ratio sama, then U is the midpoint already. Then why do we need this formula, right? Just use the midpoint formula lah. So clearly they have a different size. But even though they have different size, the panjang, the length tak sama kan? The size tak sama, but they will have the same ratio. It means when you take this one, divide this one, it will be same with this one, divide this one, and this one, divide this one. It's like the bats punya scale factor. It's like enlargement, right? Enlargement. Like, walaupun dia punya size tak sama, but when you divide, when you get the ratio, it'll be same. And let me explain to you why. Why they will have the same ratio. Because, do you realize this lines and this line is parallel? And when you have two parallel lines and you draw a line like this line is called the transversal. Transversal. You learn this in Form 1. So if this is a transversal and these two line parallel, automatic these two angles mesti sama one. Yeah, these two angles mesti sama. This one, this one. Okay. So what does it mean? So if I erase all this, you will see that this angle and this angle is same because these two lines are parallel, and then this is the transversal, this one same. And guess what? The angle atas also. The angle atas also. So this one same with this one, and this one will be same with this one also. Same reason, because this two line is parallel and this is the transversal, and then same angle. Okay. So what does it mean when they have all same corresponding angle? It means they are actually the same shape but different size lah. But the ratio of the corresponding side will be equal. Meaning, if you take this side divide with this side, you will get this side equals to this, and it will be same with this side bahagi this also. Okay. But if you're trying to derive for the x coordinate only, then you will only find out for the x coordinate punya distance lah. Okay. Okay, so the point U, I will call it x, y for now. And don't forget, x is what I want to find. Okay, so how do you find this? First thing, we have to find out the distance here, the horizontal distance. Okay. Okay, when you find horizontal distance, you have to take x minus x, but you have to take the bigger value minus the smaller value. So it's x minus a. How you know x is bigger value? Because it's further away from 0. So point U has a bigger x coordinate. So x minus a. And then find out the horizontal distance here also. And also take the bigger x value, which is c minus x, like that. Okay. Sir, what about the distance here? Okay, that one, if you derive y coordinate, only you will use it. When you derive y coordinate, only you will use this. So for example, if I want this, it will be y minus d here, and then this one will be b minus y. But I will not do it for this question, because this question asks for the x coordinate. So just this and this only. Now you will use you'll find the ratio. You'll find the ratio. So you can take x minus a divide with what? Divide with c minus x, and we know that equals to m over n. And I already explained to you why. Why this one divide this one equals to this is because this, yeah, they have the same ratio. These two triangle walaupun dia punya size tak sama, but they give you the same ratio, that's why. Okay, now you can find out the x. Yeah, because you are deriving formula for the x coordinate of point U. So you have to cari x from here. So darab silang dulu lah. So n times x is nx minus n times a is an, or you can write na, whatever. And then m times c is mc minus m times mx. Okay, I'm trying to find x, so I should pindah the minus mx jadi sini, and then later boleh faktor lah, plus mx equals to mc, and then minus an pindah jadi plus an. Okay, to find x, I factor lah. So left with n plus m, like that. And then this one is mc plus an. So your x will be mc plus an over m plus n. Okay, so that is the x coordinate derived. Okay. Okay, for the y coordinate, you will do the same also lah. Just cari sini, and then take this divide by this equals to m over n, and then darab silang, and you will get the y coordinate. Okay. Okay, but the question only asks for x, so that's all. Okay, let's do b. Given that u is 6,2, okay. Whoa, so I can just straight away have the answer already lah, 6,2. Okay, and then 2RU is UT. Okay, this is trying to tell you the ratio for RU, RT. So if 2RU is UT, you can pinna the UT. So it becomes 2RU equals to UT equals, nothing here is 1. And then RU over UT is 1 over 2. Okay, the reason why I pinna like this is because I want to change it to fraction so I know the ratio. So RU ratio UT is 1 ratio 2. So the RU is 1. 1, this one is 1. And then the UT is 2. Okay, I need UT kan? Okay, so this is 2. Okay, now with the ratio, now what? Now what? Find the coordinates of R. Okay, means cari AB lah. Cari AB. If B is A plus 1, oh my god, dia main macam tu pula. Okay, so point R, okay. B is A plus 1, so it becomes A, comma, the B will become A plus 1 like that lah. Just ganti lah. And then C is negative 6D. Alamak. So C, this one can change to negative 6D. Macam ni lah. Okay, I think that's what they want me to do. Now they want to find coordinate of R. Okay, coordinate of R means we have to find AB lah. Let's find AB. Okay, so I think it's very obvious what we need to do here. Just use the point C formula. Yeah, the divisor line segment formula. Use this formula lah. Okay. Okay, so how do you do it? You already have the divisor, the point U, right? So your 6,2 equals to, okay, bracket line macam ni, right? And then you will do darab silang. And always darab dengan ratio yang jauh. So ratio yang jauh is 2. Okay, A times 2, which is 2A. And then B times 2 is 2B. But I will use the A plus 1. So that is less unknown lah. Okay, A plus 1 times 2 is 2A plus 2. That one I have to write here, because that's the Y coordinate. Okay, now point T times 1. So negative 60 times 1 is negative 6D. And then D times 1 is just plus D. And then over dua ratio tambah, which is 3, 3. Okay, now we can banding, compare. Okay, yang ni dah tak boleh buat dah. Tak boleh buat dah. So just equals to 6. So 2A minus 6D over 3 equals to 6. Okay, boleh pindah 3, dapat 2A minus 6D equals to 3 times 6, 18. Okay, standby dulu sebab ada dua unknown. So banding Y coordinate pula, 2A plus 2 plus D over 3 equals to 2. Hantar jadi darab 6. 2A plus 2 plus D. And then 2A plus D. Pindah 2, 6 minus 2 dapat 4 kan. Okay, sekarang dua-dua equation, dua-dua ada dua unknown. They both have two unknowns. So kena buat persamaan serentak lah. Simultaneous. So just transfer this up here like that. And then nak hapuskan A, tolak je lah. Minus minus, negative 6 plus minus 1, negative 7D. 18 minus 4, 14. D is negative 2. And then ganti balik, 2A tambah bracket sama dengan 4. D is negative 2. So 2A, 4 plus 2, 6. A sama dengan 3. Okay, I want to explain a bit why you can hapus terus. It's because the 2A kebetulan sudah sama lah. Ya, kalau you nak hapus, you kena make sure dia punya nombor before unknown tu kena sama dulu. Kalau tak sama, tak boleh hapus. Okay, disebabkan sudah sama, so boleh buat macam ni. Alright, but this not the answer. They want point R. Oh, R and T. Oh my god, R and T. Okay, so what is the point R and what is the point T? You jangan tulis 3 negative 2, salah. Point R is A plus 1. So it should be A, which is 3, and then A plus 1, which is 3 plus 1, 4. Ini baru betul. What about point T? Negative 6 times D. So D is negative 2. So negative 6 times negative 2 is positive 12. And then the Y coordinate is D, which is negative 2. Ini jawapan dia. 3, 4, 12, negative 2. Okay, now for the last part. Hence, calculate the area in units square of triangle RST. Okay lah, ini senang. Ini buat je lah yang area formula. But you will use the formula you learn in coordinate geometry. 1/2 modulus. But you have to make sure also you have the RST coordinate. Okay, R and T have already. It's written here already. But do we have point S? Yeah, negative 2, 0. So very good. Now we just masuk semua je. Okay, I write R first, followed by S, negative 2, 0. And then followed by T, 12, negative 2. And then before you tutup modulus, repeat the first one. But actually you can write in any order you want. Tak semestinya RST. Dia boleh TSR, SRT. Yeah, because for triangle, dia boleh mana-mana order boleh. Okay, so now, okay, I don't have enough space, so I'll just write it beside here. Tapi sebenarnya tak boleh lah. Sebenarnya this one have to tulis bawah. Tapi disebabkan saya punya ruang tak cukup, so I tulis sebelah. Okay, when we darab, kena start dari atas and dia kena darab silang. So 3 times 0 is 0. Tapi 0 tak payah tulis. And then tambah dengan negative 2 times negative 2, 4. Tambah dengan 12 times 4, 48. And then tolak, because you change direction. So kena tolak. 4 times negative 2, negative 8. So buka bracket je. And then minus. 0 times 12 is 0. So 0 tak payah tulis. And then negative 2 times 3, negative 6. So macam ni. Okay. Sekarang kita boleh tekan semua ni. Just press everything. 4 plus 48 plus 8 plus 6. So what do you get? 66. 4 plus 48 plus 8 plus 6. Betul lah, 66. Okay, modulus 66 is still 66. And then divide by 2 is 33. So that is the answer. Right, unit square, because this is area. Yeah, they already say in unit square, right? Okay, how many marks? 5 marks, 2 marks, 7 marks. But bahagian B should be 10 marks. So there should be one more part here. Yeah, there's another 3 marks here. Yeah, remember, bahagian B and bahagian C, the full mark is always 10 marks for one question. Okay, what is this? Yeah, locus question. So use distance formula, maybe. Okay, let's see. Find the equation of locus of point Q such that RSQ always has a right angle at Q. Find the equation. RSQ has a right angle at Q. Where is RSQ? Okay, RS is here. But they did say that RSQ have to always be 90 degree. So if I join a line and I want it to be 90 degree, it means it's a circle lah. Yeah, it's a circle. It's a circle where RS is the diameter. That's why it's always 90 degree, 90 degree, 90 degree, 90 degree. Yeah, you learned this before in Form 2. You learn it in maths. When you have a circle and the diameter tarik to the side is always 90. Doesn't matter where you tarik, it will be 90. Okay. So what you are finding now is actually the equation of the circle. Equation of this circle. Tapi macam mana nak cari? Ada beberapa cara. You can either use the gradient to find, or you can also use the distance formula. Can use distance formula also. But I think I'll just use gradient cara lah. So the gradient formula will be finding the gradient of this line and the gradient of this line, and then darab sama dengan -1. Because you want it to be always 90 degree here, right? So you boleh guna gradient. Okay. Yeah, so I will just do the easy way lah. Okay. Okay, first step is let your point Q jadikan XY dulu. Sebab itu adalah moving point. And then find gradient times gradient sama dengan -1. And we also need the coordinate for R and S. R and S. So what is RS? Okay, R is 3, 4, -2, 0. R is 3, 4. S is -2, 0. Okay, is it correct? Yeah. Okay, so now we know that it has to be always 90 degree at Q. That's what it says, right? Yeah, right angle at Q. So you cari gradient of RQ sini, darab dengan gradient of QS, and you want the gradient to be sentiasa -1. So buatlah gradient sini. Okay, what is the gradient formula? Y minus Y or X minus X. Tapi untuk RQ, you jangan buat untuk RS. So RQ. So this is Q, this is R. So Y minus Y, Y minus 4. X minus X, X minus 3. For QS pula, okay, Y minus Y, Y minus 0, which is Y lah. X minus -2 is X plus 2. And if you sambung from here, you get the equation of circle lah. Okay, atas darab atas, bawah darab bawah. Y times Y, Y square minus 4Y. Bawah darab bawah. Okay, cara dia darab macam ni. Macam ni, macam ni, macam ni, macam ni. So it will become X times X, X square. And then X times 2 is 2X. And then minus 3X is -1X. So I'll just do fast. Minus X. And then last one, -3 times 2, -6 equals to -1. Okay, ini pindah atas jadi Y square minus 4Y. Okay, darab -1 means tukar tanda je lah. So tukar tanda minus X square, tukar tanda plus X, tukar tanda plus 6. Okay, when you writing locus, it's always recommended to write everything on one side equals 0. So minus X square tulis dulu, pindah jadi positif. And then, okay, mark sikit sini, and then tambah Y square. Okay, okay, next one I have to write X. So tambah X pindah jadi minus X, and then minus 4Y. And then plus 6 pindah jadi -6. Alright, that's the equation of circle. Okay. Okay, I already finished the first part of the question, but I remember the question got asked something else. Yeah, after finding the equation of locus, they said, is the locus passing through point -2, 4? Give your justification. Okay, if you want to know whether this equation passes through this point or not, very easy. Just sub the point inside, ganti masuk je. And after you ganti masuk, if the left hand side value same with the right hand side value, that means passes through. Tapi kalau nilai tak sama means does not pass through. It means if the value here and the value here is not same, after you sub, if you don't get same on both sides, that means the point is either inside the circle or outside the circle. Don't know where lah, but it's not it's definitely not on the line lah. It doesn't pass through lah. Okay, so I will sub now. X square plus Y square minus X minus 4Y minus 6 equals 0. So for the X here and the X here, it will be this X, -2, -2. And then the 4 will be this Y, 4, 4. Okay, the equals 0, I will biarkan. And I'll just tekan this whole thing in the calculator. Okay, I want to try to do it without calculator. -2 square is 4, 4 plus 16, 20 plus 2, 22, 22 minus 16, 16. Okay, -2 square, 4. 4 plus 16, 20. 20 plus 2, 22. 22 minus 16. 6 minus 6, 0. Okay, yeah, 0. Okay, as you can see, I end up with the left hand side, same with the right hand side, right? 0, 0. So that means passes through lah. That means this circle memang ada melalui titik -2, 4. Okay, but they got, but we have to write a sentence. Yeah, untuk soalan macam ni, you have to tulis the ayat. So how I write it usually, I will just write since 0 equals to 0. Yeah, since like that. Left hand side equals to right hand side. That means the locus Yeah, the locus passes through point, negative 2, 4. Okay. Ya, kalau saya buat macam ni. So good enough already. Okay, that's all. Okay, let's continue number 9. Okay, this one is probability distribution. So it's the form 5, chapter 5. Yeah. Okay, so in BM it's called taburan kebarangkalian. Okay, when doing this question, we want to know whether it's a binomial distribution question or normal distribution question first. Okay, so let's read the question. A study in a country found that 40% of youth choose to be self-employed. So this 40% is trying to tell you the probability of choose to be self-employed. Okay, so I can write it down like this: probability of choose to be self employed is 40%, which is 0.4. Or you can write 40 over 100. Okay, next one. If 9 youth are randomly selected, find the probability. Number 1, none of the youth choose to be self-employed. Number 2, at least 2 youth choose not to be self-employed. Alright, I read the whole question. I never see the word normal here. So if you don't see the word normal here, means it's not a normal distribution. That means this is a binomial distribution and you don't need the Z value table to do this. Alright, yeah. So what we will do now, okay, we already know they want to find probability. So the formula we will use is this: px equals to x equals to ncx p power x q power n minus x. So let's strike. Okay, the 9 is the n lah. We have to write our npq first. The n is 9. Okay, the probability of success p will be 0.4 or 0.6. Okay, we have to see what they want to find, right? They want to find the probability none of the youth choose to be self-employed. Okay, don't look at the none at least 2 first. Just look at this: choose to be self-employed and choose not to be self-employed. So for question 1, you have to jadikan the choose to self-employed the P. Yeah, because you want to find yang choose to be self-employed. So yang choose is 0.4 lah, yeah, and then Q is 0.6. But later when you do question 2, your n is still 9, but your p changed to 0.6 because for number 2, they want to find probability at least 2 youth choose not to be self-employed. It means the opposite becomes the p already. So now the q is 0.4 like that. So have to be careful. Whenever we do this question, we have to read what the last baris want to find. Okay, the none at least 2, they want nanti baru tengok. Okay, you have to know siapa p siapa q dulu. Baca soalan tengok siapa p siapa q. Alright, and I always teach my student write the big X. Big X means you list down all the possibilities. So your n is 9. So your x will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What's the meaning of this? It means out of the 9, maybe 0 success, or maybe 1 success, or 2 success, or 3 success, and so on. Okay? Same with here, you have to write down all of it. Okay, okay, but of course, you don't have to do all of it. Yeah, you tak payah buat semua. For question 1, you only do for none of the youth. None means 0 lah. So 0 youth choose to be self-employed. So you already jadikan probability yang choose self-employed success here. So you can just find px equals 0 from here. Then you will get the answer, right? Okay, so your formula is ncx. So 9c0 bracket. This one is the probability of success p 0.4. This one failure 0.6. Okay, the power here mesti sama dengan nombor bawah. So 0. And then the power here will be atas minus atas. So 9 here lah. Okay, press this in your calculator, you get 0.010008. And then double check whether they want probability or not. Yes, they want to find probability, so this is the answer. Okay, why you have to double check? Sometimes they might ask for number of student or maybe percentage. If percentage, then you have to times 100. Yeah. So it's important to double check lah. Okay, number 2, px equals, okay, what this time they want at least 2, but choose not to self-employed. That's why I have to terbalikkan my p and q. Because you tengah cari yang regarding choose not to be self-employed. So the p will be 0.6, q will be 0.4. But you're doing at least 2, right? So you do px bigger or equals to like that lah. So 2 kena kira tak? Kena lah, sebab ada equal sign mah. So 2 kena kira 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, if you do like that, it's very slow. Right? It's very slow. Sebab ada banyak yang you kena kira kan. So you can do fast, just take 1 minus 0 and 1. Because the total probability for everyone will be 1. So you just ambil 1, which is the total probability, tolak dengan yang you tak mau lah, kosong dengan 1. Okay. Alright, now you can write 1 minus, and then for the PS equals 0, okay, I want to ask you all something. Can I tiru from the answer here? This is also PS equals 0, right? So tell me, can I straight away write this answer here? The answer is no, right? Yeah, no. Why no? Because this one is for zero choose to employed. I'm trying to find zero choose not to self-employed. So it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. So you have to do it again lah. So basically you have to do again 9C0 and then this one is 0.6, 0.4, this one power 0.9. You see the working also is not the same already. Yeah, because the 0.4 and 0.6 I already switch place. That's why you cannot tiru from here. Okay, for the PS equals 1, that one also you have to do yourself. So 9C1 bracket bracket. The P is 0.6, the Q is 0.4. Power same with number down here, 1, 9 minus 1, 8. Now it's time to tekan calculator. So you tekan this, you get 0 point something. So 0.0002621. Okay, your calculator give you 10 power negative 3, right? That means you have to take your decimal point, move to the left 3 times. Okay, minus again with this one also same 0.00. I'll write 4 significant figure, 3539. And then 1 minus dapat lah 0.9962. So this is the probability answer. This is also the probability answer. Okay. Okay, I think that's all for this question. So 4 marks for this. All right. Okay, B. So this is also the same question. So I'm assuming it's the same chapter. Okay, it's the same chapter. So it's still from 5 chapter 5. Okay, this time it says a worker must arrive at his office before 8 o'clock. So they give you the exact time in 24-hour system. This one is 8 o'clock in the morning. 8 morning. So he must arrive at the office before this time every day to receive free breakfast pack. Okay, so if you arrive before 8 a.m., you get free breakfast. But if you arrive after, no free breakfast. Okay, the time taken to travel from his house to his office is normal. Oh, I see the word normally. So this one confirm have to use Z value table to do later lah. Because it's a normal distribution question. And you have to convert X value to Z value first. Okay. Okay, and then they say mean and 40, standard deviation 8. Okay, this one is important. Yeah, the mean 40 and standard deviation 8 is important because you know why? Because when you convert X to Z, you have to take X minus mean bahagi standard deviation. So question number 1, if he depart from his house at 7:25 a.m., find the probability that he will not receive the breakfast pack. Okay, if you want to find the probability not, so it will be Px. Okay, we can let X represents the time taken to travel. The X represents time taken to travel from his house to office. So your time taken must be what? Not receive breakfast pack mah. So must be more than lah. Must be more than lah. Because they want to find probability apa? Not receive. It means you are finding the time taken more than something. Okay, but here you cannot write 0725. If you write 0725 is wrong. Okay, it's wrong. Because this one is the exact time. This one is also the exact time. So what you have to do, okay, I remember in Negeri Sembilan paper, I forgot paper 1 or paper 2 lah, but the Negeri Sembilan trial lah, I already uploaded it on my YouTube. There's one question like this also, where it's like similar, like they give you the 24-hour system and then it's also normal distribution. And yeah, and for that question, I remember I did it like this. I changed everything to minutes. Yeah, basically everything I changed to minutes. And also the Negeri Sembilan paper, I remember is much more difficult one. Even the mean also they give in the exact time. Yeah, I remember even the mean also they give in the exact time format. So it's like lagi susah. So I really recommend you all to go find that question and yeah, go try it lah. So there's 2 questions that like this already. Yang bagi exact time. So personally, I think the best way I would do it is I'll just change everything to minute. What do I mean by that? So this one is 8 a.m. right? So we can anggap dia macam 8 hours 0 minute lah. So the 8 hour I times 60 I get 480 minutes. Yeah, basically just convert everything to minutes. So everything is like same lah. Everything is in minutes. Okay, 725 hours, what's the meaning? You don't go and take 725 times 60, No, 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 no. 725 means 7 hours, 25 minutes. So you would just take 7 times 60, and then the 25 is already minutes, so no need to times 60 already. So you will get 445 minutes. So I cakap sekali lagi, the 445 come from where? 7 times 60, and then plus 25. Like that. So you can see now everything is in minutes. So now it's much more easy to do lah. Okay, you already let X represents the time taken to travel. Okay, so tell me, you are finding probability he will not receive breakfast pack. So so it means you're finding probability for time taken more than, okay, you have to take this one minus this one lah to find out the time taken used to travel. Okay, so 485 minus 445, you get 35. So basically you are finding 35 here. Okay, let me double check. Find probability he will not receive free breakfast. So PX more than 35 lah. Yeah, because you depart from here, Masa. From here, I speak Chinese suddenly. Sorry. Okay, so you depart at this time, but you have to reach before this to get the free breakfast. So you have to reach within 35 minutes lah. If you reach more than 35 minutes, no breakfast for you already. So you're finding PX more than 35. Okay. Okay. Some of you might ask, hey sir, kena letak itu equal sign ah? Okay, not important. The equal sign you letak also you get same answer. You tak letak also not same answer. Okay. But I don't think it's important. Yeah, because in normal distribution this line doesn't make a difference. This equal sign don't make any difference. But for binomial, you have to jaga-jaga lah. For binomial, the line is very important one because it will affect the answer. But for normal distribution, that one not important one, not very important because the answer will end up the same anyway. Okay, let's convert to Z. So 35 minus 40 divide 8. So you become PZ bigger than this one. You can minus divide. You get negative 0.625. Okay, now later we have to use the Z value table, but cannot tengok jadual dulu. Yeah, we cannot look at the Z value table now because dia kena Z bigger positive baru boleh tengok. Sekarang Z bigger negative. So apa you kena buat? Alright, you kena ambil 1 minus. Okay, you kena ambil 1 minus. And the reason for that is because if you lukis, tapi ini lukis sekali saja. Lukis sekali saja. Because you already know the Z value is here already. Okay, and then bigger, you lorek kanan lah. Yang kena lukis dua kali is when you don't know this value positive or negative. That's when you have to lukis dua kali sebab you nak tahu positive negative. Tapi ini you sudah tahu negative, lukis sekali saja lah. So as you can see, the shaded region cross over the vertical axis. So that's how I teach my students. When the shaded region cross over the vertical axis like this, you have to take 1 minus. Okay, and because 1 is the total area or the total probability. So you just take 1 minus yang you tak mau. Yang you tak mau is this one and this one. So you just minus with PZ. Okay, yang you tak mau is on the left side, so smaller than negative 0.625. And then smaller negative can change to bigger positive because this bell shape is symmetrical. So smaller negative can flip there jadi bigger positive. And then now baru tengok jadual lah. Sebab sudah Z bigger positive kan. Alright, when you tengok jadual, you have to tengok dari luar. And you have to go, let's say this is your jadual, right? You have to jari dari luar 0.6 and then 2.5. Yeah, because you're trying to find probability. That's why you have to tengok dari luar. If they give you probability, then you have to tengok dari dalam. Okay. Okay, I remember this state paper don't have the jadual. So I have to open the other state. Okay, what is the last paper I did? I think I did the Negeri Sembilan. So let's use the Negeri Sembilan paper. Okay, so this is the Negeri Sembilan. Okay, where's the Z value table? I think it's at the last page. Okay, this is it. So I have to find what? 0.625, right? So I will go jadi tengok dari luar 0.625. So the answer is 0.2676, but the tolak here have to tolak 16. Okay, the tolak 16 means you take the last 2 digit tolak 16. So you get 0.2660 because 76 minus 16 is 60. So 2660 is the answer. So you go here and you write 0.2660. And then 1 minus answer. So the final answer is 0.734. So this is the probability. Let's double check. Did they ask for probability? Yeah, find the probability, right? So that's the answer. So that's it already. Finish already. Okay. Alright, now we can continue to the next question, number 2. If he departs at 7:10 a.m. every day, okay, calculate the number of days he will receive free breakfast within 300. This is what I mean. This is what I mean. You remember just now when I do A, I already keep on reminding you have to check whether they want probability or not, right? Even just now also when I do B1 also, I said after I finish here, I check again. Because I said you have to check whether they want probability or not. So this is what I mean lah. You see, this one they don't want probability, they want the number of days. Sometimes number of student, depending on the question lah. So for this type of question, yang suruh cari number, you have to use this formula. PA equals to NA over NS. But the fact is you have to find the probability first also. But after find probability, you cannot stop there lah. You have to use this formula. Find the number. Okay, let's read carefully what they want. Number of days he will receive free breakfast pack within 300 working days. So 300 is the total days lah. So 300 is the NS. Yeah. And what you're trying to find is the NA. Yeah, what you're trying to find is the NA. So the NA would be a question mark for now. The NS will be 300 you have. So what do you think you need to find now? The probability of A lah. And the A represents what? receive free breakfast pack. You understand, right? Because the NA, you're trying to find number of day he received free breakfast pack, ma. So the probability here should be the probability of free breakfast pack also, ma. So now how to find the probability of A, the probability of free breakfast packs? You do PX. Okay, X represents the time taken to travel, right? So X has to be, okay, this one also change to minute. 7 times 60 is 420 plus 10, 430 minutes. But I remember if you want to get free breakfast, you have to arrive before 480 minutes. So the time taken travel must be, take 480 minus 430, you get 50 minutes lah. But this time you have to do smaller 50. You understand, right? Because you are trying to find number of days you would receive free breakfast pack. So your time travel has to be less than 50 minutes lah. Because if more than 50 minutes, then you don't have free breakfast already. So you do PX less than 50. So now just change to Z, and then use your Z value table again, and then get the probability answer. But don't finish there. You have to find number later. Okay, so let's do it now. 50 minus mean. What's the mean just now? 40, right? And then divide by 8. Okay, this time you get a positive number. So you get 1.25. Okay, even though it's positive, but you still cannot tengok jadual because it's smaller positive. You can only tengok when it's bigger positive. Z bigger positive. Okay? So what you have to do, like just now, you can draw and you realize you have to ambil 1 minus lah. Yeah, because 1.25 is here. And then smaller, you lower it here. So you can see the shaded region already cross over the vertical axis. So when it cross over like that, you know you have to take 1 minus. 1 minus the kawasan yang you tak mahu, which is PZ bigger than positive 1.25. Okay, bigger positive, then can tengok jadual already. So let's go to the jadual together. Okay, tengok dari luar, because you're trying to find probability, right? So tengok dari luar. So 1.25. Okay, this one is 0.1056. So that's the answer lah. Just go back and write that. And then 1 minus. Okay, what is 1 minus 0.1056? 0.8944. Okay, if you read the question, they don't want you to find probability. They want to find number of days you will receive free breakfast pack. So it means they want to find NA. So now it's time to use this formula. PA, which is 0.8944, equals to NA over NS. The NS is 300. And then the NA is what you're trying to find now. Okay. Yeah, NA is the number of days that he received free breakfast pack. So the NA is equals to this one, pindah atas jadi darab. So my calculator give me 268.32. But hold on, this represents number of days. So the number of days, we all can assume that number of days is like a quantity, right? Bilangan. So tak boleh ada decimal. So we have to round it off. Tapi bila kita round off, kita bukan tengok ini bigger than 5 or smaller than 5. Bukan tengok macam tu. We have to tengok, we have to write 268 days. Because the extra 0.32 days, we don't count it as 1 day. Yeah, it's just 0.32 days, right? The extra. So it's just 268 days only. Macam tu. Okay, I hope you understand. So that is the answer. So they ask for number of days. Ini jawapan dia. Alright, that's all. Okay, let's do number 10 now. Okay, this one is integration question. So it's from 5 chapter 3. Okay, usually students don't like this kind of question one. They always just leave it blank in the exam, or they will complain about it. Yeah, because student always struggle with this. So let's do this together. Okay, diagram 7.1 shows a curve x equals 9 minus y square. Alright, they already label for me the curve equation. And a straight line y equals 2. Okay, this one y equals 2. And then number 1, calculate area of shaded region. Okay, I don't want to find the area first. I don't want to find first. The first step is to find out all the important points first, which is the x-intercept and the y-intercept. Semua cari dulu. And the intersection point also you find it. Okay. Because if you find it, because if you don't find it later you will not have enough information to find the area. Yeah, imagine this is your shaded region. Don't you think that you need these two values to find the area? Betul tak? Yeah lah. So remember, when you do this kind of question, always find out the point first. And you can find it because you have the full equation. So to find the x-intercept here for the curve, just sub y0, you get 9. And then to find the y-intercept for this, sub x0. So it becomes 0 equals 9 minus y square. Y square equals 9. Y equals plus minus 3. Okay, it means there's two x-intercept, 3 and negative 3. But this one is the positive one. The other one will be down here. Yeah, when you extend the curve. But you don't have to label that. Okay. Alright, for here it will be 2 because this horizontal line y equals 2. And the intersection point here, they put the x coordinate is 5. So can you find the y coordinate? Yes, it will be 2, 5, 2. Okay, or you want to sub inside here also can, x5, get 2 also. Okay, okay, after finding all the important points, means the x-intercept, y-intercept, and the intersection point, after finding all that, now only you try to find the area of shaded region. Okay, the way I teach this chapter is always the same thing. I always tell students, when you using integration to find area, you have to ask yourself two things. Okay, two main important things you have to ask yourself. First thing is you have to ask yourself whether which axis you're trying to use to integrate. It means you're trying to use which axis to integrate. Okay, yeah, you use which axis. And then the second thing you have to ask yourself is how many times you have to integrate. There is some shaded region you can integrate sekali terus dapat. Ada juga region yang you kena integrate more than one time. Okay, okay, so let's try to answer ourselves the two questions. First one, which axis will you use to integrate? For me, I will use y-axis. Let me teach you how I tengok. I tengok the equation curve. If the equation curve is x equals, I will use y-axis. Yeah, I'll just make it simple for you. If the equation is x equals, use y-axis. If the equation is y equals, then I will use dy lah. It means I will use wait, I confused already. Yeah, if the equation is x equals, use y-axis. If the equation is y equals, then you use x-axis. Yeah, correct. Because the formula is like this. If it's integrate dy is x here. If it's integrate dx, then this is y. That's the formula to find area. That's how you find area. Okay. So if the equation is x equals, it would be better to use this lah, right? So what I will do is I will use dy, integrate towards y, the y-axis. So what I will do now, I have to ask myself the second question because I already know it integrates. I will use the dy, right? So now I have to ask myself whether this shaded region I can integrate sekali dapat, or I have to integrate dua kali, because sometimes the region you cannot integrate one time. Sometimes you have to integrate dua kali and then kena tolak or maybe tambah or something like that, right? So I realized this one I have to integrate dua kali. You know why? Because you are using x-axis. Sorry, you are using y-axis to integrate. That means later you will integrate this curve towards y-axis from 0 to 3. So what you're finding is the total area here, right? So the shaded region is only here and here. So they don't want the rectangle. So what you have to do? You have to integrate the curve towards y-axis and then minus with integrate this line right here, which is x equals 5 towards y-axis. But you can use the area of rectangle for this part. Yeah, it's much more easy. Just do 5 times 2 lah. Yeah, no need to integrate for the rectangle. But of course, you want to integrate can also lah. But if you integrate, you want to use the integrate method to find this, you have to integrate x equals 5. Okay, okay, but I will not do that. I will just use the 5 times 2. Okay, so I'll just minus with 5 times 2 here, which is the area of rectangle. Okay, and then this is x, and the value will be 0 to 3. Okay, okay, I know some student will ask this, sir, what if I use the x-axis? Okay, boleh. If you want to use x-axis, boleh, but why I didn't choose to do like that? Tell me. Tell me lah. Why I didn't choose to integrate towards x-axis and then ganti y sini? Actually can also, you get same answer. But if you do like that also, you have to integrate dua kali also. Yeah, you have to integrate from 0 to 9. But for the curve equation, y you have to pindah sikit lah. Yeah, you have to maybe jadikan y equals lah. Pindah this and then dia akan jadi 9 minus x and then square root the whole thing. And then you have to integrate the 9 minus x with the square root. Macam tu. And of course you have to minus with the rectangle also. And you'll get same answer if you did it like this. Okay, but the reason why I didn't do like that is very simple, because I look at the equation is x equals already. So if you're smart, you just use this, right? Because if this x equals, you can integrate x, can terus masuk dalam. Don't have to pindah-pindah. Macam tu. But you will get the same answer. If you do the other way, you get the same answer. Alright, so I will continue from here. Integrate 0 to 3, and then dy minus 5 times 2 is 10. Okay, for the x, I just sub the equation curve lah. 9 minus y square. So just put it in like this. And if you continue from here, you will get the answer. Okay. Okay. One more thing I want to mention. You don't have to letak modulus for this because you are using y-axis to integrate, and the region you are finding now is on the right side. Okay. Yeah. If you're using y-axis and the shaded region is on the right side, that means the answer will come out positive. But if it's on the left side, you have to letak modulus in here. Okay. So let's do it now. So start integrate. Integrate 9 is 9y. Okay. Sometimes students will mistake. They will write 9x. No. This one is integrate towards y. dy, so it should be 9y. And then y squared will be y power 3 over 3 like this. And then 3, 0, minus 10. Okay, dalam tak boleh simplify dah. So I will ganti 3 dalam, tulis dalam sini. Ganti kosong dalam, tulis sini. And then minus 10. Okay, when you ganti 3 inside, 3 times 9 is 27. Minus 3 powder 9. Because 27 you add 3, right? And then 0, 0, 0 lah. Okay, 27 minus 9, that's gonna be 18. Yeah, and then 18 minus 0 is 18 also. 18 minus 10 is 8 lah. So the answer is 8 units square. Because it's area, eh? Okay, I'm done with the question 1. Now let's do question 2 pula. Okay, find the volume. Okay, let's talk about the volume formula. Volume formula is integrate. Okay, kalau dy, dia akan jadi x. Tapi kalau volume dia ada pi dengan square. And then kalau dx, dia akan jadi pi y square. Okay, okay, let's read the whole thing first. Find the volume generated in terms of pi when the region bounded by curve straight line y equals 1, y-axis is revolved through 60° about y-axis. So if you revolve 60° later, you have to time with 60 over 360, which is like this. Or you can write 1 over 6 lah. Because when you do integrate like this, it's for 360 degrees. So if you want 60° only, then you have to be 60 over 360. Okay, okay, but but before you do the integration, you have to ask yourself the two questions again. Remember just now when you find area, what you have to ask yourself? You have to ask yourself which axis you are using, and also how many times you have to integrate. Okay, for the volume question, you don't have to ask yourself which axis because they will tell you in the question one. If they say revolve y axis, you no choice, you have no choice, you must use this one. Dia bukan macam area, oh, sometimes boleh guna x and y macam tu. Like just now the area, you can actually use both, right? Because kebetulan the region is like, yeah, you can use both. The x-axis also dapat jawapan, y-axis also can. But for volume, if they say revolve y-axis, confirm is this formula already. So it's confirmed integrate pi x square dy. Tapi you have to ask yourself berapa kali kena integrate. There are some region you have to integrate 2 kali. Some region you integrate sekali. Ada juga yang pernah 3 kali. Yang lagi susah punya. So tell me what is the region they want for the volume? It's not this region, guys. It's not the shaded one. No. Read carefully. Region bounded by curve straight line y equals 1 y-axis. It means they want a different region. So let's highlight the line they want. So the first line they want is what? Bounded by curve x equals 9 minus 1, which is this one. So I'm going to highlight this with red color like that. And then the next line is y equals 1. Okay, y equals 1 means you go to y-axis, cari 1, and then draw a horizontal line. Like this. Okay, so I purposely use red color. And then, and y-axis, okay, y-axis. And then revolve 360 about y-axis. Okay, so tell me, the region bounded by these 3 lines. Tell me where is the kawasan tertutup? It's here, right? So this is the volume I'm trying to find. This is the region that I want to find the volume for. Okay. So tell me, for this region, you nak integrate sekali boleh dapat or kena integrate 2 kali baru dapat? Sekali dapat already. Integrate sekali dapat already. Yeah, because you already can see this region is in between the curve and the y-axis already. And this line is completely horizontal. So you can just integrate sekali terus. Just integrate from 1 to 3 and then masuk curve equation. And then dy then can already. No need to do minus something, plus something, no need already. Yeah, because the region is already in between the curve and y-axis. Okay, and also the line is already straight here. Okay, if this line is sengit, then you have to do something. Yeah, if this line is sengit, then maybe you have to something plus something or something minus something. Because if this is sengit, then it's like, yeah, you have to integrate separately already lah. Faham kan? Okay, now let's come back here. Oh, don't forget there is a 60 over 360 here. Because only revolve 60° about y-axis. So it's like that, revolve 60°. Okay, and then times with this. Okay, the value will be 1 to 3. Okay, 1 to 3. Okay, now the 60 over 360 I simplify jadi 1 over 6. And then the pi boleh hantar depan. And then integrate 1, 3. Now I have to put in the x square inside. And it has to be the curve equation lah. Okay, x is 9 minus y square. So x square will be 9 minus y square. Bracket square. So I will just quickly expand it here. Yeah, because power tool, we know how to expand that, right? So let's expand it. So the way to expand is, so if I have a minus b square, it will be a square minus 2ab plus b square, right? So if I have 9 minus y square, when you square, okay, 9 square is 81. And then negative 9y square times 2, negative 18y square. And then negative y square, kuasa 2 is positive y power 4. And this one you write down here. 81 minus 18y square plus y power 4. Okay, now what? Now integrate. Okay, so 1 over 6 pi. Okay, when you start integrate, you don't have to write this symbol anymore, just big bracket. Okay, integrate 81 will be 81y. Not 81x, this one is dy, so it should be 81y. Minus 18y square jadi 18y kuasa 3 over 3. And then plus y power 4 plus 1 jadi y power 5 over 5. Tutup bracket, 3, 1. Okay, dalam sini boleh simplify. 18 dengan 3 boleh potong. Ini tak boleh simplify. Alright, so left with this. Now, it's time to sub the 3 inside. And you end up with something here. And then sub the 1 inside, you get something. And then tutup bracket. Okay, sub 3 dulu. 3 times 81, 243. And then minus 3 power 3 is 27 times 6 is 162. And then plus 3 power 5 is 243 over 5. Okay. Okay, now sub 1, 1 times 81 is 81. Minus 1 power 3 is 1, 1 times 6 is 6. Okay, minus 6. And then plus 1 power 5, which is 1 also, so 1 over 5. Okay. Alright, now it becomes 1 over 6 pi, big bracket. Okay. Ini tolak dengan ini, tambah dengan ini, dapat 648 over 5. But not finished yet, have to minus lagi dengan bracket. Okay, what is 81 minus 6 plus 1 over 5? Positive 376 over 5. Like that. Okay. And then now you do this one minus this one. So you get 272 over 5. So it becomes 1 over 6 pi. And then this one is 272 over 5. And finally, answer divide by 6. Okay, the pi jangan tekan. Yeah, because they already say in terms of pi. So it'll be unit cube. Now tekan this 272 over 5 divide 6. So it becomes 136 over 15. Yeah, that's the answer. So that's how I would do this question. Hope you understand. Oh, 8 marks for this. Okay. So that's all. Oh, this question is not over yet. Ada lagi B. Alright, let's see what says here. Diagram 7.2 shows part of the curve y equals fx. So this is the curve y equals fx. So let's label the equation. Okay, they give us here b and then the b and negative b. So they don't really want to tell you the value here. Okay, but it's okay. Let's see what it says here. Given that integrate 0 to b x dy equals negative pi, find area of shaded region. Oh, this type of question. Okay, very easy. First, you label this first. Yeah, this one confirm is the information that can label inside the diagram one. Okay, so they want integrate 0 to b, but look at which axis. They use y-axis to integrate. So y-axis, so I'm gonna make the y-axis red color like this, and then find out the 0 and b in the y-axis. So it's here and here. So when you integrate from 0 to b, x dy, you get negative pi. So this is the curve, right? Yeah, and it's trying to integrate x dy. You get negative pi. It means the negative pi is here. Yeah. Let me tell you why I know it's the left side, because of the negative. Because we know pi is like a 2207, right? It's a positive number. So when you integrate something get negative, confirm is on the left side of the y-axis, because you are using y-axis to integrate. So confirm is this region is referring to the region between the curve and the y-axis, but not this side, because you get negative. So confirm is here. Yeah, confirm is here. So let's see. Okay, one more thing I noticed. This equation, this quadratic equation, dia punya turning point is at 0, 0. And this will be the axis of symmetry lah. So that means this side, the area will be negative pi also. Yeah, it will be same size. Yeah, let me tell you how I know it's same size. Because you can see this one tarik bawah b, negative b. So yeah, it just looks symmetrical, right? And also one more thing, if the curve, dia punya sini, dia punya axis of symmetry is the y-axis, that means the b will be kosong. Like the general form, when you write the general form, the b here will be 0. Kalau dia punya axis of symmetry is y-axis. Okay, but this question they never really give us the equation. So yeah, but I'm sure the equation punya b will be kosong one. Okay, yeah, because this is symmetrical on the y-axis. Okay, now we can find the area of shaded region, which is here and here. So what will you do? Okay, the negative pi, you add together, you get negative 2 pi, right? So you can take the area of rectangle minus the 2 pi lah. So I'll just write here equals, okay, the panjang here is b unit, panjang here is b unit, and then panjang here is b unit. Okay, don't look at the negative. The negative the negative is there because it's on the left side of 0, but we only want the distance, so it's just b lah. So the area here will be b plus b, which is 2b times b, so 2b square minus with 2 pi. So that's the answer. Okay, so that's the area of shaded region. Okay, let's write unit square. because it's area, right? All right, that's all. Okay, number 11 is a linear law question, but they never provide graph paper for this. So I think later I will pinjam the Negeri Sembilan paper. But I need to make sure this paper has the graph paper. All right, I'll use this, but I need to erase. Okay, so you have to wait me a bit. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, let me remove everything. Okay, let's continue. Okay, this is a linear law question. So before we do the graph, what we have to do first? We have to change the equation to linear form kalau dia ada bagi equation. And also draw a new table. Sebab kalau saya tak buat itu, saya tak boleh buat graph and I cannot do the part B later. Okay, okay, so number 11, table 1.1 shows the values of variables x and y, okay, which are obtained from experiment. Variable x and y are related by this equation such that PR constant. Okay, the only thing important here is the equation lah. So this equation you have to change to linear form, and I always do it right away. I always do it right away. I will not do it like last kali baru buat. I will always do it first. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, because you need it later lah for part B. So I'll just straight away do it here. Okay. So how to change to y equal mx plus c? Okay, you can tiru because they will tell you plot siapa against siapa. Then you will know siapa y axis, siapa x axis. So xy against x square, it means this one is xy, this one is x square. So you want the y axis in the equation match with the y axis in the graph. So what you can do, just darab x, darab x, darab x lah. So you can xy, darab x jadi p, darab x jadi, ini jadi px square. Darab x mah, so jadi px square. And then r over p. Okay. Okay, now you just have to susun supaya dia jadi y equal mx plus c and make sure the x-axis also match with the x square lah. But it's already susun nicely already. So you can see y equal mx plus c. See the y-axis sudah match. The x-axis pun sudah match. So the gradient and the y-intercept will match with the graph also. So later when you do part B, question number 1, macam mana nak cari P? P is automatic the gradient lah. P gradient. Okay. Okay. How to find R? R is not the y-intercept ah. Tengok betul. R bukan y-intercept. R over P baru dia punya y-intercept. And the y I will use rule besar. Okay. And then for this part, you have to use the P value. Sudah dapat P value, kena ganti bawah. Lepas ganti bawah, baru sama dengan y-intercept in the graph. And then baru pindah. Okay, okay, these are all later yang kita kena buat nanti lah. Okay, now we can do A1 based on table 1.1, complete table 1.2. So the table 1.1 is this. 1.2, where is it? Okay, it's here. Okay, they already find out the x square value, which is basically just square, 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, 5 square, 6 square lah. Okay, no problem. And then yang bawah nak cari x darab y. Okay, just darab je lah. 1 times 4, 5.9, times 4.2, 3 times 4.3, 4 times 4.6, and yeah, you get the idea lah. So I will not waste your time. I will straight away give you the answer. And remember to write 2 decimal place. Yeah, because for graph question memang macam tu, 2 decimal place. So 5.9, 8.4, 12.9, 18.4, 25.5, 35.4. Okay, yeah, this one very easy lah. Just tekan calculator saja. Nothing for me to teach here. Okay, after you are done with the A1, now A2 mesti disuruh lukis graph. See, plot xy against x square. Use a scale 2 cm to 5 on both axes. Draw the line of best fit. Okay, I will follow the scala they give me. But before you go to the graph paper, you have to ask yourself where you should put the origin 0, 0. Because sometimes linear log question, the other negative value. But if you look at the table here, everything positive. Everything positive. And what's the highest value? 36 and 35.4. So if it's 2 cm to 5 units, then here you go until 40 lah. And here also go until 40. So it's enough space, right? Because you use 8 kotak, 8 kotak. Okay. And the first point is 15.9. So let's see. This is 5. This is 5. So 15.9. So it's like around here lah. So yeah, I think it's safe. There's plenty space for the y-intercept to how to say? It's like enough space lah, because sometimes you will jumpa case yang macam ni, yang the y-intercept bawah, sangat bawah, and you cannot baca because it's outside the graph, right? That's why it's important to check a bit. Check, tengok the first point dekat mana roughly lah. So this one I think tak ada masalah. Okay, after we analyze all those things, now we can go to the graph paper, and yeah, boleh letak bawah kiri, because I know the y-intercept will be somewhere here. Okay, and now you can start to use the scala lah. Okay, they say 5 unit, right? Okay, 5, 10, go until 40, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And then it's XY here, XY. As for the x-axis, it will be 5 until 40 also. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Okay, this one is x square. Yeah, x square. Alright, the tajuk here will be graph of xy against x square. Okay, the tajuk actually you nak last kali baru tulis pun boleh. But if you tulis sekarang, then later you won't forget lah. So I write now and then underline it like this. Okay, after you're done with this part, now you can start to plot the points. Yeah, start to plot the point one by one. So the first point is 15.9. Okay, 15.9 dekat sini. 1 is just kosong tambah 2 kotak. And then 5.9 is just 5. Okay, 5 tambah 1 kotak, tambah 2 kotak is 6. So turun sikit. So it's here. So I repeat one more time. 1 is kosong tambah 2 kotak. Yeah, because 1 kotak here is 0.5. Macam mana saya tahu 5 bagi 10? Ya, sebab beza sini 5 kan. So 5 bagi 10, 0.5 lah. And then, so kalau 1 kotak 0.5, 2 kotak akan jadi 1 lah. So 0 tambah 2 kotak is 1. And then 5.9 is 5 naik 2 kotak dulu. Sebab 5 naik 2 is 6. And then 6 turun sikit. So it's like lebih kurang here lah. Actually nak plot dekat 6 pun boleh. Yeah, nak plot dekat 5 tak. Yeah, because it's so near. So yeah, not very, doesn't have to be like super accurate. Okay, done. That for the next point. Oh my god, why did I scroll from here? This is the Negeri Sembilan state. It has to be from here. Okay, 4 8.4. Alright, tolong saya, mana 4 8.4? 5 kena tolak berapa kotak? 5 kena tolak 2 kotak. And then 8.4 Okay, I know this is 10. So 10 kalau turun 2 kotak 9 lah. 9 turun lagi 1 is 8.5. So I want 8.4, so turun lagi sikit. So it's here. So I repeat one more time. 5 kena tolak 2 kotak, that's 4. And then 10 kena turun 3 and then turun sikit. Yeah, because 10 turun 3 is 8.5. And then turun lagi sikit is 8.4. So this is 4, 8.4. Okay. Why I keep on scrolling from here? So it's from here. Okay, 4, 8.4. Okay, 9, 12.9. Let's go. 9, 12.9. 9 is just 10 tolak 2 kotak. 12.9 Okay, you can go 13. Go find 13. Okay, 15 is, okay, this one is from here, right? 10 minus 2 kotak is 9. And then you 15 turun 2 is 14. 14 turun lagi 2, 13. But I want 12.9. So 13 turun sikit. So it's lebih kurang here. Okay. Okay, let me make it bigger so you can see it more clearly. Okay, so understand 10 minus 2 kotak is 9. And then 15 turun 4 kotak and then turun sikit. Yeah, because 15 turun 4 is 13. And 13 turun lagi sikit is 12.9 lah. So that is 9, 12.9. Okay, next pula 16, 18.4. Let's go. 16 dekat mana? 15 tambah 2 kotak lah. Inilah 16. Tapi nak 18.4. So naik sampai, okay, you can naik sampai 20 dulu. Naik sampai 20, turun 2 kotak, 19. 19 turun 1, 18.5. So 18.5 turun sikit, 18.4 lah. That means you have to go 20, turun 3, and then turun sikit. Macam tu. Okay. Okay, done. Let's continue. 16, 18.4. Okay, 25, 25.5. Okay, this is easy. This is easy. 25 is here. 25.5 is just 25 naik 1. Yeah, that's all. Okay, wait. Why there's some lines here? Let me erase. Okay, this is from the before one lah. So let me erase. What? Why? Okay, okay, betul lah. Alright, so 25, 25.5. Okay. Okay, what's the next one? 36, 35.4. Let's go. 36, very easy. 36 is just 36 tambah 35 tambah 2 kotak. And then 35.4. 35.4. So you can go until 30 first. Go until 30 first. No, sorry. Go until 35 first. And then 35 naik 1 kotak is 35.5. So 35.5 turun sikit lah. So that's the answer. So sekali lagi 35 tambah 2 kotak, which is 36. And then 35 on the y-axis tambah 1 kotak turun sikit. Ya, tambah 1, 35.5 turun sikit, 35.4. Okay. So this is 36, 35.4. Let's double check. Yeah, correct. All right, I'm done with all the coordinates. Now we can join the lines. Okay, we have to draw line of best fit. So the line of best fit dia mesti macam mana? Sentuh paling banyak point. You have to adjust so that the ruler, so that the line touches most of the points. Okay, paling banyak point. Yang tak sentuh tak apa. Just try to make it balanced lah. Okay, I will try. If you try to join your ruler here, joining the first point and the second point like this, right? Like this. You can see that your line only touches 2 points, and then the rest all duduk atas. So it's not very good. So I'm gonna adjust my ruler so that it touches the first point and the third point. 1 and 3 like this. So 1 and 3. So if it's 1 and 3, you realize your line also touches 2 point. Okay, and then the rest all duduk bawah. Okay, yeah, the second, this one is like bawah sikit, this one bawah banyak, this one wah lagi banyak, bawah lagi banyak. So this one also bawah. So let's try joining 1 and 4. Yeah, this is the first point, and join with this point, the fourth point. Just see which one is the best one. Okay, so okay, this one is like if I join 1 and 4. So it looks better, right? It looks better because you can see it touches 3 points. The first point ada sentuh, the second point ada sentuh. Yang ni dia tak sentuh tapi atas sikit je. And then yang ni sentuh, ini bawah, and then this one atas sikit lah. So I think so far this is the best one lah. So far. Because you sentuh 3 point. And then 2 point atas, 1 bawah. And then 2 point atas, 1 bawah. Okay, but we can try next. Go 1 and 5 like that. Okay, this one also touches 3 points, but the rest up. Right? Yeah, so it's sentuh the first point. And then this point. Okay, maybe this one can count lah. 1, 2, 3. And then the rest atas. Okay, what about if I join the first point and the last point? Just see what happened. First point and last point, let's just see. Look like this one is the best one because you see the first point ada sentuh, second point ada sentuh, this one ada sentuh. I think this one can count lah. This one so near, right? Yeah, just adjust your ruler, goyang sikit. Take your ruler, goyang sikit. Goyang sikit. And you should be able to get the line to touch this point. Okay lah, this one is like very near lah. You see, it's like the difference is just like half kotak only. And then this one can count also. And then 1 point atas, 1 point bawah. Yeah, I think this one, okay lah. This is the best fit. Yeah, this is definitely the one that joined the most point. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 point. Okay, yeah. So this is how I would do it. Okay, and make sure you panjangkan the line so that it's like sentuh the y-axis. Alright, I can see the y-intercept now already. It's exactly at 5, which is good. Yeah, because it's like a easy number, 5. So now I can go to the working and do part B now. Okay, so let's go back to the paper. Okay, I finished my graph. Now my B1 is find P lah. Okay, P is the gradient, that one later. I find the R first. Okay, I told you already, the R is not y-intercept. R over P baru y-intercept, but it's 5, right? So now my job is to find P, which is the gradient, and then sub inside, and then times 5 to get the R. Okay, for gradient, you need 2 points. Yeah, you need 2 points, but you have to choose from the graph, and dia kena passes through the line lah. Okay, I think I will choose 0, 5. Okay, I'll choose 0, 5. And the other one, you can choose any point you want. Okay, what about 20? 40 also can, but 30, I won't recommend. 20, okay, let's choose on 20 lah. So, because when x20, you can see the y coordinate is like easy to baca. 20, and then this one is 20, naik 4 kotak 22 lah. Yeah. Okay, why just now I said the 30 I don't recommend is because if you choose the point here 30, later you have to divide 30 because the formula is y minus y over x minus x. So the x minus x is 30 minus 0. And when you divide 30, because 3 is not a good number to divide. Yeah, when you divide numbers like 3, 7, you usually end up with like the decimal, banyak decimal place lah. That's why I end up choosing this. Alright, after you choose these 2 points, put a dot and write the coordinate beside, and then join a right angle like this. So now I can find the gradient y minus y over x minus x. 22 minus 5, divide 20. So it becomes 22 minus 5 over 20 minus 0. So your P will be, okay, I need my calculator for this part. So I'm going to press, okay, I got 17 over 20, which is 0.85. Okay, 0.85. Okay, so I'll write here. Okay, now the 0.85 will go inside here. And then now to find your R, you simply take this one, darab this one lah. Alright, I got 4.25. So that is my R. Okay, 4.25. Okay, okay. If your answer is slightly different with the schema, it's okay one. For the linear law, they will give you a range one. Yeah, they will accept if your answer is like near to the, yeah, it doesn't have to be accurate one. They will accept even if it's like a bit different. So don't worry about that. So this is my P and R answer. So I'm done. Now it's time to do C. Okay, what they want here? Find the values of gradient and y-intercept. Bukan sudah cari ke tadi? Oh, for another possible linear form. Oh, okay, they ask like that. Alright, guys, if you are my student, you will know about this. The way I teach my student to change to linear form is I always tell them, okay, of course, if the question got tell you what they want for the y-axis and x-axis, it's very simple. You just change accordingly. They want the y-axis to be xy, then you make it into xy, right? But sometimes, if the question never tell you, okay, very rare lah. Question like this is very rare. Usually they will tell you what they want for the y-axis in the graph. But for case yang tak bagi tahu you, you will do it like this. You try to jadikan the x on the right side muncul satu kali. So you can look at the right side now. The x muncul berapa kali? The x appear how many times? I'm not asking about the x power. I'm asking about x appearing how many times. So the x appear 2 times, right? So for linear form, the x hanya boleh muncul satu kali saja. So tell me, if I want to change this to linear form, I can do what? I can either hilangkan this x ataupun hilangkan this x. Agree? And do you remember just now when I do this, I try to hilangkan which x? Just now I times x, right? Yeah, I times x and I hilangkan the x at the r over p there. So I hilangkan this x. So confirm now, the other possible way is to hilangkan this x lah. And how do you hilangkan this x is by dividing by x, by bahagi x. Okay. Tadi saya darab x because I'm trying to get rid of this x. Because I want the gradient to be, I want the y-axis to be xy. Remember? But this time, I'm trying to do the other possible linear form. So I divide by x to get rid of this. But of course, my y-axis will be different already lah. Will be y over x already. And then the px here become p, and then the r over p over r over px, divide x, it become r over px square already. Yeah, because when you divide x, it means the bawah kena darab dengan x. Macam tu. Okay, kena susun jadi linear form. Y over x equals, okay, when you susun, it has to be mx plus c. So kena tulis ni dulu. And not only that, the x square cannot stick together with the gradient. So you have to write a bracket and then asingkan dia. So when you asingkan, you become 1 over x square like that. And then plus p. Okay, now you already berjaya dapat linear form, just write y equal mx plus c. Yang ni memang kena tulis. Always when you get linear form, must write this. Okay, now you are done. Now you can see what they want. Gradient and y-intercept. Okay, according to the equation, the gradient is r over p. Okay, is r over p. And then according to the equation, the y-intercept, the y have to use huruf besar, is p. So I can just use the PR answer here and then masukkan lah. So r over p will be 4.25 over 0.85. As for the y-intercept, that would be the p, which is 0.85. Okay, now I'll press this. Let's see what we get here. 4.25 divided 0.85. Okay, my calculator give me exactly 5. Yeah, exactly 5. So I'll just write 5 lah. Okay, so I'm looking at the schema and yeah, my answer is very close to the schema answer. So yeah, I think can accept. Okay, usually for linear law, they will give a range one. Yeah, they will accept if your answer is like within the range. Okay, so it doesn't have to be like confirm accurate one. Okay, I think it's done already. So this is how you get the 10 marks. 4 marks, yeah. So that's all. Okay, now we are at bahagian C already. So bahagian C will also be worth 10 marks question. So they say bahagian ini mengandungi 4 soalan, jawab 2 soalan. Okay, I will jawab 3 questions. Yeah, I will not jawab the kinematics. Okay, let's start number 12. This one is solution of triangle. Just looking at the diagram pun saya sudah tahu. Form 4 chapter 10. Okay. Okay, solution by scale drawing not accepted. Yeah, this one not important. Okay, diagram 8 shows an isosceles ABC. Okay, where is it? ABC. Isosceles means ada dua side yang sama panjang. So for this case is ABAC. So this is 15 also lah. And also this angle and this angle mesti sama. But I don't know the angle now. So let's just leave it for now. And then the straight line AD, BCD. Okay, AD is this line, BCD is this line. Okay, so far so good. Okay, not only one triangle. There's actually one more triangle here. And there's one more, which is the big one. And the big triangle, I noticed something. I have all 3 sides. So I think I can use cosine rule. Yeah, I'm very sensitive to the cosine rule punya case one. because I half out already lah. The cosine rule, there's only two cases ma. One case is when they give you two sides and the included angle and ask you to find the opposite. Another case to use cosine rule is when they give you all three sides and then you want to find any angle, right? So number one, A1 want to find angle ABD, which is this angle, right? Okay, confirm cannot use this triangle. You know why? Because not enough information. You cannot use sine rule and you cannot use cosine rule. Cosine rule memang tak boleh. Yeah, because cosine rule, if you want to use cosine rule to find angle, you need to have all three sides. And you don't have. Eh? And you cannot use sine rule also. Because sine rule, you need to have the opposite and also one complete pair. This pair tak complete, this pair also tak complete. Yeah, cannot. So I don't think you can use this triangle to do. Then which triangle you will use? The big one. This one, this one, this one. That's the triangle we will use. So by using that, you can use cosine rule because you have all three sides. Okay. Okay, the cosine rule formula is a square equals b square plus c square minus 2bc cos a. Okay, make sure you don't silap tulis for the a. The bc, if you terbalik tulis tak apa one. That one not so important. But the small a has to be correct. Okay, the small a will be the side opposite the angle. Side yang opposite angle. So this is the angle, right? So opposite 17.46. Not 15, not 15. I'm using the big triangle. So it's 17.46. So 17.46 square equals to the other two side, which is 15 square plus 12 square lah. And then minus with 2 times 15 times 20 times with cos A, which is the angle I'm trying to find, ABD, cos ABD. Okay. All right. The way I always do it is I will cut it here and then this one pindah sana, pindah sana. Okay, I know this one different teacher teach different way one lah, but I always did it like this to avoid confusion. So just tekan this one, tolak this one, tolak this one. And you will get negative 320.1484. Okay. And then the rest here, I will tekan darab lah. Negative 2 times 15 times 20 will be negative 40 times 15, 600. And then cos ABD. Now I'm done. Now I can pindah the negative 600 jadi bahagi. Negative divide negative positive. And then this one divide this one, you get 0.5336 equals to cos ABD. And then now just tekan shift cos answer. So you get how many degree? 57 degree 45 minutes. Okay, I always write in degree minutes. So yeah, that's the answer in degree minutes. So I can label in the diagram also 57 degree 45 and here is also 57 degree 45. And I can find here already because this is a straight line, right? So you can take 180 minus. Okay. Okay, but let's not find it first. Kalau dia ada guna baru saya cari. Okay, one more thing I want to mention. It's important to know that when you tekan shift cos, there's actually two answers. Yeah, when you tekan shift cos, there's two answers. Not only one answer only. Ada lagi satu jawapan dekat, okay, add sugar to coffee, cos positive 1 and 4. There's one more answer in quadrant 4. But we ignore that quadrant 4 answer is because this is an angle inside a triangle. So takkanlah dia quadrant 4. Quadrant 4 means it's like 200 lebih, 300 lebih. So it doesn't make sense. Because the total angle for inside triangle 3 tambah is 180. That's why we reject the fourth quadrant answer. But it's important to know that also. Okay, number 2. Find the length of BC, mana BC, here to here. Okay, I think this one no choice already. I must use the small triangle. Just now I used the big triangle. This one I use the small triangle. Which one is the small one? The isosceles lah. Okay, and why this time can use? Because you have the information already, the angle already. So you can actually find this angle, and then you want to find BC, you can use sine rule because you have the opposite of what you want to find, and you also have one complete pair. When you have those two things, you can use sine rule already. Okay, let's find this angle first. 180 minus minus. So my calculator gives me 64 degree 30 minutes. And now you're trying to find BC. So it's time to use sine rule. BC over sine, the opposite angle is 64 degree 30 equals to one complete pair. So you can either use this pair or this pair, both also same. So it will be 15 over sine 57 degree 45 minutes. Okay. All right, what do you get from here? BC equals 16.01 cm. Okay, this one you don't write in degree minute. This one is the panjang. Panjang jangan tulis dalam degree. So 16.01 cm is the answer. Now, for your for your number 3, find the area in cm square of triangle ABC by using Heron's formula. Okay, for the Heron's formula, you need all three sides. Okay, yeah, all three sides. So for triangle ABC, let's see, do I have all three sides? AB I have. BC, I just find it, 16.01. And then CA, 15. Yeah, I have all three sides. So I can use the Heron's formula. Okay, the Heron's formula, you have to find the S first. Yeah, S first. And the formula for S is A plus B plus C divided 2. So 15 plus 15 plus 16.01 divided by 2. So I got 23.005. And then now I can find the big area. Okay, the formula, the Heron's formula will be square root A bracket, sorry, S bracket S minus A bracket S minus B bracket S minus C. So it will be 23.005 bracket 23.005 minus A, which is 15. And then second bracket 23.005 minus B, which is 15. And then satu lagi is 23.005 minus C, 16.01. Okay, of course you tekan all this and then square root answer lah. Okay, before square root you get 10311.76, and then after square root you get 101.55 cm square. Okay, yeah, this one I have to use calculator to help you. So that's the answer. All right. Okay, let's do B1. Okay, this one looks like an ambiguous case. Yeah, because I see this, I know it's ambiguous case already. So mesti this row sketch. Okay, it is given that triangle A prime, C prime, D prime has a different shape from ACD. So which triangle has ambiguous case? ACD, which is this one, right? But you cannot assume like, oh sir, this one like that lah. This one, you cannot assume like that one. You have to read the condition. Yeah, you have to read the condition. So let's see what the condition says. A prime, C prime sama panjang dengan AC. So let's use red color to highlight this line. So A prime, C prime punya panjang kena maintain. Dia punya panjang kena 15. Alright, next one is C prime, D prime punya panjang pun kena maintain. This panjang also have to stay the same. And then the angle CAD have to maintain. So this angle have to maintain. Okay. All right. Now they want you to sketch the new triangle. All right. How do you do this? So this one is an acute angle. These two panjang have to maintain, but they never mention about this panjang, right? So the AD panjang is flexible. The AD you can panjangkan, pendekkan, doesn't matter, right? But do you think you will panjangkan? No. Yeah, no, you will pendekkan. You will pendekkan supaya the CD can move until here. Yeah, and this will be D prime. Yeah, and then this is C prime, this one is A prime. So this is the new triangle. Okay. Yeah, that's how you should do it. Okay. Okay, let me explain further. Uh how I know is this line is because this angle already say have to stay the same. Means these two line cannot move, right? These two line cannot move. So confirm is the CD line move, right? But you cannot the D cannot go already because the I mean uh it's either you gerak the D or you gerak the C. But if you gerak C, it's not good because this panjang have to stay the same. So D has to be the one lah. So and it has to gerak down here until here. So this is the new triangle. And of course these two panjang sama lah. Because if tak sama then dia tak ikut condition ni dah. But this one dia would be sama one. It will be isosceles. Okay. Okay, now it's time to sketch out the triangle. Okay, it's kind of hard to draw because the triangle is like macam ni. Okay, I'll just draw it horizontally. I don't care. So I will just draw. Okay, the A with prime D prime line will be this line right here. And don't forget that this is an obtuse angle, so it should be something like this. Okay, and this last line should be a long line, panjang sikit punya garisan. Okay, something like this. And then this one is A prime, this one is D prime, this one is C prime. Correct. Yeah. Okay, but the original triangle is like this. This is the original one. Okay, but the new ambiguous case is this one. Okay, I'm done with the question 1. Now question 2 pula. Calculate the angle for A prime, D prime, C prime, which is here. Which is the obtuse angle. Okay, no problem. Easy. Very easy one. Okay, I tell you how to find. When there's ambiguous case, always start with the isosceles triangle. Because the isosceles triangle very easy to do. Because when you have these two angle will be same, these two side will be same. So very easy to find out the angle one. Okay, you want to find this angle, right? So if you can find this angle, then you can take 180 minus already. Okay. So now how to find this angle? Okay. This angle and this angle dua-dua sama kan? So can I find this angle using the big triangle? Yes, you can use cosine rule because you have all three sides. But is there any faster way to do it? Let's see. Uh, right? Three, okay. Mm, so this is 20, this is 16.01. Can I find the panjang here? Can, right? 20 minus 16.01 is 3.99. Okay. And then this side also same 3.99. So this will be 3.99 lah. Okay, but if I use sine rule, okay, I need let's see. Okay, I think I will just use cosine rule lah, guys. Yeah, I think I will just do cosine rule. And I will use this triangle to do. I'll use this triangle to do. Because I have 3.99, 15, and 17.46. Of course, you want to do using the big triangle can also. Yeah, the big triangle will help you get this angle also. Okay. But I use the small one. This one. Okay. Both also can lah. Okay. Because this triangle also you have all three sides. So boleh. Alright. Since this is the angle I'm finding, so the opposite side will be the A. So 15 square equals to the other two side, 3.99 square, plus with the other one is 17.46 square. And then minus 2 times 3.99 times 17.46, and then cos angle. The angle will be, okay, the angle is not the angle I want to find, but it's okay. Later we take 180 minus, we get the angle already. So the angle we're finding now is the BDA. BDA, or you can say ADB. Okay. Hey, wait. Is there any faster way? Okay, never mind. Okay, yeah. Alright, now same like this now lah. I always teach, I will cut off here, and then I will pindah this one like this. So tekan ini, tolak ni, tolak ni. Okay. Alright, my calculator gave me negative 95.7717, like that. Okay. And then left with negative 2 times 3.99 times 17.46. I got negative 139.3308. And then cos ADB. And then to find the cos ADB, I divide lah. Negative divide negative positive, and then the value you get here is 0.6874. And shift cos answer, you get the ADB. So in degree minutes is 46 degree 35 minutes. Oh, 46 degree 35 minutes. Yeah, like that. Okay. Oh, and also it's important to know when you tekan shift cos, there's actually two answer. There's another answer in quadrant 4. Yeah, because cos kalau jawapan positive, quadrant 1 and quadrant 4. Add sugar to coffee. But we will reject the quadrant 4 answer anyway, so no need to write that. Okay, after you do this, now you can find the angle A prime, D prime, C prime. Because 46 degree 35 minute is the angle here, right? At the same time, it's here also. So to get this, this is the one I want, right? So just take 180 minus answer lah. Okay. Yeah, so 180 minus 46 degree 35 minute. Okay, I don't have enough space to write down here. Okay, can lah. I write down here. 133 degree 25. Okay, 133 degree 25 minutes. Okay, this is how I do it. All right, so this is how I do this question. So it's a 10 marks question. All right, that's all. Okay, let's do 13. Okay, this one is linear programming. So form 5, chapter 7, and we need graph paper for this. And hopefully they got provide me. Okay, yes. Alright, so sekarang kita boleh buat soalan dia. Okay, for this question, we need to know siapa X, siapa Y dulu. Always. Yeah, when we're doing linear programming, that's the first step. Kena tahu siapa X, siapa Y. Okay, Roy Collection is a clothing boutique that accepts orders for trousers and shirts. So I already know the two element here, trouser, shirt. Table 2 shows the preparation time and the sewing time for each pair of trouser and each shirt. So the table got preparation time, sewing time for trouser, shirt. The maximum preparation time is 8 hours. Okay. And the sewing time is at least 5 hours 50 minutes. Okay, I'm sure from here I can write down the inequality already. But let's not write first because we don't know separate X, separate Y. So it's very hard for me to write when I don't know what the XY represents. So ignore it. Let's ignore for now. In a certain period, the boutique prepare X trousers, Y shirts. Okay, good. Now they tell you already. Trouser is X, shirt is Y. So that means this will be 45X, 30Y. This one will be 50X, 70Y lah. Because this is preparation time for one trouser ma. So if you want for X trouser, it will be 45 times X lah. So now you can actually write down the inequalities already. So the first one, they say maximum preparation time is 8 hours. So what is the preparation time? X plus Y. Sorry, 45X plus 30Y. Okay. Okay, I think this one I need a new page because they never give me any space here. Okay, I think I'll just open a new one. Okay, so maximum is A, eh? So the maximum is A, it means you have to smaller equals A lah, like that. And then here will be 45x plus 30y. So they never actually tell me what's the A. But the unit will be in minutes. A is in hours. So this one is 45x, 30y is in minutes. So what I do? The A will have to times 60 here lah. So yeah, maximum smaller equals 60A like that. Okay. Okay, but this one can kecilkan. Yeah, kecilkan. So bahagi 5, 5, 5. So 9x. Bahagi 5 is 6y. Bahagi 5 is 12A. Can bahagi 50. Wait, bahagi 5. Okay, not only can bahagi 5, can bahagi 15. Yeah, bahagi 15. So 3x, bahagi 15, 2y, bahagi 15, 4a like that. Okay. Okay. That's my first inequality. Okay, next one, what is it? Sewing time is at least 5 hours, 50 minutes. Okay, same thing. You have to convert to minutes also. So 5 times 60, and then plus with 50 is 350 minutes. Betul lah? Yeah. So now what? This one is for sewing mah. So total sewing time 50x plus 70y lah. But they say at least. At least means bigger equals. So it has to be 50x plus 70y bigger equals. So 50x plus 70y bigger equals 350 like that. Because they want in minutes. Okay, boleh kecilkan. Kalau boleh kecilkan, kecilkan. Okay, all these numbers can divide 50. I mean divide 10, divide 10. So 5x, divide 10, 7y, divide 10, 35. Okay, done for the next one. Now let's see apa lagi. Uh, in a certain period, okay, this one tadi sudah baca. Okay, satu lagi ratio. Oh, bagi ratio. Ratio of the number of trousers to the number of shirts are successfully prepared within this time does not exceed 4 ratio 5. Does not exceed is smaller equal. And they say ratio for trouser to shirt. So trouser is X, shirt is Y. So it will be X ratio Y, X or Y lah. And then the other side is 4 or 5. And you can cross multiply. Okay. So it will become 5x smaller equals 4y. So I'll write here 5x smaller equals 4y. And I recommend you show them the working also. How you get that. Yeah, show this also. Okay. This inequality, later after you draw the line, you cannot lorek atas garisan or bawah garisan. Okay, the symbol here is smaller, but you have to lorek atas garisan tau, because the y is positive on the right side. So I recommend now you make sure the y on the left side. It means you flip these two things. But when you flip this, the arrow have to flip also. Because you can see the arrow now is pointing at the 5x. So when you tukar tempat macam tu, when you switch place, the arrow have to, after switch, make sure the arrow also pointing to the 5x lah. So this is the one. Okay. Yeah, and the reason I did this is because so that later I know kena lorek atas. Yeah, because I takut if I takut nanti how to say, forget to check whether the y is on the left side, then I lorek the wrong place. Okay, this one is already okay already because the y is already positive on the left side. So ini boleh terus lorek. This one also okay already. Tapi ini tak ada bagi A kan. Tak apa, I'm sure they will give you, I'm sure they will, yeah, give method for you to find the A one. Okay, so now we finished the atas. Now let's see what they say A. So A, they say inequality that involves maximum preparation time A hours is represented by the straight line in page 36. Find the value of A. Yeah, just now when I scroll down, I already see it already. I already saw that they already draw a line step for me. So now I know why lah. Now I know why they give you the line. So they give me the line is for the equation lah, for the 45x plus 30y. Yeah, for the equation 45x plus 30y equals A. 45x plus 30y equals A. Okay. 60A. Okay. Wait, let's tengok balik. After the kecilkan one is what? 3x plus 2y equals 4A. Okay. 3x plus 2y equals 4A. So now you can find the A lah. How to find? You go to the line, find out the gradient and y-intercept, and then compare your equation with this, then you will get your big A. Okay, all right. This is a second line. So when you write the equation, it will be y equal mx plus c. And then for the c, usually kalau dia ada bagi guna mata boleh nampak terus tulis tadi. So the c is 20. So boleh terus masuk 20. So tinggal gradient saja yang you kena cari. For gradient, we need 2 points. So we can use 0, 20. Another point, I think I can use 8, 8, 8. So 0, 20, 8, 8. I'm trying to find equation now. So it will be 20 minus 8 over 0 minus 8, which gives us 12 over negative 8, which gives us negative 4 over 3. Huh. 20 minus 8 is 12. Betul lah I buat. Negative 3 over 2 lah. Yeah, negative 3 over 2, not 4 over 3. Okay. Okay, negative 3 over 2, okay, no problem. Okay, now rewrite the equation. It becomes y equals negative 3 over 2x plus 20. Okay, but this equation and this equation should be the same. We should be able to compare them. So how? Okay, make sure this one also we susun in this format lah. Y equal mx plus c. So 2y equals negative 3x plus 4a. And then y equals negative 3 over 2x plus 4a divided 2, which is 2a. And then now compare this. Okay, as you can see, this part of the equation and this part of the equation is already exactly the same. So when we compare, the 2a will be the 20 lah. So if 2a is 20, the a is 10 lah. Okay. Okay, where I should write this? Okay, I'm just gonna write. Yeah, I don't know lah. I just write here lah. Okay, 2a equals 20 and then a equals 10. Okay. But of course, all this you have to write where? You have to write at the answer space for the a. Okay. So ini semua adalah working untuk a. But I write it here lah. But in exam, you make sure you write it in the answer space provided. Okay. Okay, so this is worth 2 marks. No problem. Sudah siap. Now for B, write two inequalities other than inequality in A, X bigger 0. Ya, sudah siap lah. Tadi I sudah buat this one. So the two inequality would be this one and this one. Because they say other than this one, right? Yeah, so this is the two. Okay, done. Done. Now for B, okay, B sudah. B sudah. C, construct and label the region R which satisfy all constraint. Okay, this one you have to use graph paper. But before going to the graph paper, we have to cari point. So what I can do now? Okay, the big A is how much? I need the big A because I'm trying to uh draw the line, right? So the A is 10. Actually no need already. They already draw for me this line. So it's y equals negative 3 over 2x plus 20, right? That's the equation. And also we already know the symbol is smaller. Yeah, so later confirm the region will be somewhere down here. But we have to draw the other two lines. So let's find the coordinate for the other two lines. Okay, for this line, 5x plus 7y equals 35. For now, change to equal first. And then we find 2 points. And then for this one, 4y equals 5x, same thing. Find 2 points. Okay, usually we sub x0, y0. So when x0, y is 35 divided 7, 5, y0 divided 7. So let's plot this point. 0, 5, 7, 0. Okay, no problem. It's easy to plot. So 0, 5 is... wait. Ini bukan lah. Ini apa? Okay, what am I doing? This one is the degree 9. Okay, this one. Sorry, I opened the wrong file. Okay, 0, 5 is here. And then 7, 0 is here. Okay. Okay, I always teach my student, whenever you join this line, you have to always ask yourself whether it's a solid line or dashed line. Okay. Okay, but this one is solid lah. It's solid. But you have to check one. Sometimes it's dash line. Okay. So it's a solid line. And kenapa dia solid line? Sebab dia ada symbol equal. Let me show you. Dia ada symbol equal means solid line. Actually, tiga pun solid lah. Okay, let's write the equation. 5x plus 7y equals 35. So you can write dekat hujung sini lah. 7y equals 35. Okay. Alright, so far so good. Now, for the last garisan, 4y equals 5x. Okay, let's ganti x kosong. Okay, ini kalau x kosong, y kosong juga. Okay. So, for the other one, jangan ganti y kosong lah. Sebab kalau you ganti y kosong, you dapat beli x kosong sama je dengan ni. You need another points. You need a different point at a different position. Okay. Okay, tak apa. We plot the 0, 0 dulu. And then now we try to jadikan the y single or the x single. Okay, boleh, dua-dua boleh. So usually kalau saya akan teach like that. I will say jadikan unknown single lah. Okay, you nak jadi x single pun boleh, y single pun boleh. Let's try jadikan y single. So dia can jadi 5x over 4. And then for the x, you just sub with any x value that is available here. Okay. Tapi jangan sub kosong lah. If you sub kosong, you get back the same point. So let's sub further away, maybe 8, 7, 6 like that. Yeah, try with this value, see what happens. So let's try with 8, 7, 6. Okay, let's try with 8. 5 times 8, which is 40. Divide 4, 10. Okay lah. So the y you get 10 when you sub x 8. So yeah, use this point lah, 0, 0, 8, 10. So this point is perfect. So 8, 10. Huh? Okay, 8 is here, 10 is here lah. Yeah. But of course you can use any point you want lah. Just make sure you get like you don't get decimal. You don't get decimal. Because sometimes if okay, let me rephrase that. You can get decimal, but make sure you don't end up with a point yang susah plot. Don't end up with a point yang susah untuk plot. Yeah. Okay, so this is my line. Okay, the equation is y equals 4 or 5x. 4 or 5 or 5 or 5 or 4. Or you can write 4y equals 5x also can. Like that also. It's the same. It's the same. Okay, it's also solid line. Yeah. Alright, now I'm done. And but you have to construct and label, right? Okay, this question is a bit different. Usually they will say shade one. They will say construct and shade the region R. But this one is say construct and label. So did they ask you to shade? No, then don't shade lah. Just follow the instruction. They say label, I label. Okay, so the R is where? Okay, I know it's one of these 4 region. I know it's one of these 4 region. Let me tell you how I know. Because the first line right here is already smaller. It's not here. The first line is smaller. Yeah, the line yang dia lukis siap-siap is already, yeah. You see? But make sure the Y is positive on the left side, baru boleh tengok. So the Y already positive on left side, boleh terus tengok smaller. So yeah, dia akan duduk bawah garisan ni. So it's one of these lah. Okay, the next line, Y sudah positive on left side, boleh terus tengok bigger. So we have to ambil atas garisan. But it has to be this line, this specific line, which is the 5x plus 7y line. So atas garisan, so padam ni. So tinggal ini ataupun ni lah. So we will check with the third line. 4y equals 5x. Now you understand, right? Why just now I want to switch place. Because I want to make sure the y is positive on the left side. So I tak silap tengok lah. So it's bigger. Not smaller, bigger. So kena ambil bawah garisan ni. So bawah garisan 4y equals 5x. Means this bawah atas garisan. Bigger mah, atas garisan. So this is the wrong one. This is the one. So let's just write nicely the R. Okay, like that. Wait, let's check bigger, right? Yeah, bigger. Okay, so done with this part. So part yang suruh label tu sudah siap lah. So this is my part A working dekat atas sini. And then part B tadi sudah buat dekat sini. This one part B. And then part C for the graph, I already find the points. And then the graph pun sudah siap. Now what else? Oh, what happened? Okay, so part C, construct and label done. Okay, now part D. Okay, this one confirm they will ask you to do the slide one. Yeah, slide question. I call this the slide question because you have to use the ruler to slide. Okay, let's see. D, price of a pair of trouser is 350, shirt is 200. Okay, I still remember trouser is X. Wait, let's double check just to be safe. Trouser X, yeah. Because if you write wrong, then later you affect the answer. Okay, so 350X plus 200Y will be the total price. Okay, total price. And then confirm they will ask you to find maximum or minimum one. Okay, it is given that the boutique has successfully prepared X pairs of trouser and Y shirts within 2 days. By using 2 objective functions, determine whether the boutique is able to continue operation if the monthly cost is 40,000. Okay, I don't think the 2 days here is important. The 2 days is like not useless one. Yeah, so what's important here is we have to find the maximum basically, because the cost is the month operation. Wait, what? If the month the operation monthly cost is 40,000. So I have to find the maximum total price using this, and then check whether my answer is more than 40,000 or less than 40,000. Okay, and the way to do that is do the sliding quiz. Yeah, have to slide little. Okay, before sliding, you have to write this down first. Okay, so it becomes 350x plus 200y. And then after that, you have to find out the LCM. LCM means the lowest common multiple or the gandaan sepunya terkecil. So let me show you how I find the LCM. First, I will try to take 350 divide 200 and I get decimal, so cannot. Then I try 350 times 2. I get 700. Divide 200, get decimal also. So tak boleh. So I try with 350 times 3. Wait. Yeah, 350 times 3. 1050 divide 200 decimal also, so that's not the LCM. Now 350 times 4, I get 1400. Divide 200. Well, I actually get 7. So that means the LCM here is 1400. Yeah, you see how I slowly times 1 times 2 times 3 until I get the lowest common multiple. Okay, now I will find 2 points because I have to draw this line in the graph. Okay, and I have to use dotted line. Okay, ganti X kosong, ganti Y kosong. Kalau X kosong, ini bagi ni dapat 7. And then kalau ganti Y kosong, ini dapat 4. Okay, alright, 0740, this point I think I can plot. Yeah, 0740, no problem. 07 is here. If you have any problem, then we change to another point lah. Or for this you can add another 0. And then okay, where is it? 0740, so here. Okay, now you can use the dotted line. Okay, I'll use green color line to show that it's a dotted line. But in exam, you don't go and use green color. You have to use dash line. Garisan putus-putus. Okay, so this is the dash line. And I have to write the equation for the dash line, which is 350x plus 200y equals to 1400. Okay, now it's time to slide and find out the maximum. Yeah, because okay, walaupun they never mention about maximum here, but it has to be maximum lah because they're asking to determine whether it's able to continue if the cost is 40,000. So takkan lah you cari minimum, betul? Mestilah you cari maximum and then maximum, then only you know the cost boleh sampai ini or not. So I'll just write here maximum total price. Okay, equals to 350x plus 200y, and of course the xy you have to sub with the maximum point, and you have to get that point after you will only get that point. Now you have to slide lah. Slide until the maximum point. Alright, so what I'm gonna do now is copy. Okay, so this is the line, and you have to make sure when you slide, you have to slide up lah because you are working towards the maximum point. And for this, you can use 2 ruler to help you. Just place 1 ruler here, use your short ruler, place here, and then the panjang ruler, place here, and then you slide up. Yeah, the reason you have to do like that is because you want to make sure it's parallel. Yeah, you want to make sure the line is parallel. So you just keep sliding up, up until you reach the maximum point, until the last time there's sentuh shaded region. Okay, when you move until here, you can see this is not the maximum because there's still plenty shaded region here. So I can tell already the maximum point is here. Okay, it's here. Alright, so I'm gonna stop here, but there's a problem. There is a very big problem. Alright, any of you tell me what's the problem here? What's the big problem here? This point is a decimal point. Yeah, you get decimal. Okay, and also you can double check your answer by doing simultaneous. Just take this equation and this equation because this intersection is the intersection for these 2 lines. So if you do simultaneous, you can actually get the exact coordinate. And I already tried it. I get like decimal lah. Okay, so you cannot take the point yang decimal because the xy represents trouser. Yeah, bilangan trouser and bilangan shirt. So mana boleh ada decimal. So you have to take another point that is inside the shaded region but near to this point. So which point I can take? So this one is like 7 point something and then 9 point something, right? So what if I reverse until here? Cannot also because this one also decimal. Okay. Then what if I go here? Okay, this one tak ada decimal. 7, 9, right? So yeah, so as you can see, if I move my line to be here, yeah, it's the closest point to this point yang tak ada decimal punya. Let me repeat one more time. This point right here is the closest point to the bucu yang tak ada decimal punya. Is this one. Okay, the rest all ada decimal punya. So it's 7, 9, right? But hold on. Imagine if you panjangkan this line. Imagine you panjangkan this line. Okay, and of course this line has to be parallel lah. Has to be parallel with the original line. So you can see there's actually more points that is much more higher than this. Because when you choose maximum point, you want your points to be paling kanan and paling atas. So you can see there's actually plenty points that you can take here. That is like kanan atas. But of course you have to make sure tak ada decimal lah. So this one cannot, this one cannot, this one cannot. What about this? Let's baca this. So this point is 611 tau. 611. Okay, 611. So as you can see, 611 is like lagi maximum daripada ni tau. Because it's located much more higher. It's located higher than this. Yeah, and also you can see the green color line. If you slide, if you slide the green color line, it actually mid last sekali mid 611. Okay, so the maximum point that you have to take here is 611 lah. Yeah, the rest all cannot already. So it's actually this point because 611 is much more higher compared to this. So that's the maximum. Okay. Okay, but no need to draw so long one. That's why you need the ruler to help you. Yeah, the pemaris panjang, because the pemaris panjang when you do it, you can see straight away already what point is on the line like that. Okay, so this is the point that we choose. Okay, so I want to explain one more time. So when you do this maximum minimum, remember the answer will always be at the corner one. Yeah, jawapan mesti berada di bucu. But why this question? Kenapa soalan ni dia punya jawapan tak berada dekat bucu is because the bucu is a decimal. So even if I choose a point yang dekat dengan bucu, which is this point, but when I reverse like that, when I tolak macam ni, then the point ends up less apa ke kiri and then ke bawah already. Ke kiri already. So there is other option I can take already. There's other maximum point that is available already, and for this case the 611 is the maximum point. Okay. So this is a very rare question lah, because most of the question we did is like the jawapan is like automatic at the bucu one. Even if it's not at the bucu, it will be near to the bucu also. Okay, nearest to the bucu lah. But this one is like at the line here lah. So 611. So hope you understand why I choose the 611. Now sub inside. Now tekan calculator, and then you will get the total maximum price. Okay, my calculator give me 4,300. But then wait, how come so far away? This one have 50,000. Wait. The 2 days. Oh, hey, the 2 days useful lah. Just now I say the 2 day is useless, right? But it's useful because determine whether the boutique is able to continue operation if the monthly cost monthly. This one is for 2 days. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Patut lah. I see why so far away. This one, yeah, because the difference is too much already. So that's why I feel something weird lah. Okay, so I think you have to times with what? Okay, let's see. This one is the price for 2 days. 2 days, 2 hari. So you have to divide by two to get 1 day, and then times with 30 because monthly, right? So yeah, you have to divide by two and then times with 30 or times with 15 terus lah, right? Yeah, to get the monthly total price, you times with 15. Okay, so I get 64500. Okay, yeah, ini baru betul. Okay, so that's the RM. So tell me whether the boutique is able to continue. Okay, but is it able to continue? Yes. No. Because the monthly cost is 40,000. Wait, yes or no? Uh, okay, the operation monthly cost is 40,000, and then the maximum total price is 64500. So yes lah. Wait, this one is the price after selling or price after what? Is it like the price where she buy from the supplier, or like price that she will sell? Let's double check. Price of harga, okay, diberi bahawa berjaya menyiapkan. So dia siapkan, right? Okay, so I think this is the price, selling price lah. Yeah, it's the selling price. Yeah, it's like you jual orang punya price. So you berjaya jual ini amount lah maksudnya. So if berjaya jual ini amount, you cukup lah untuk tanggung you punya monthly operation cost. All the bill, electric bill, air bill, apa semua, yeah, it's 40,000. So it's like yes lah. So I'll just write a sentence since 64500 is higher than the operation monthly cost. Therefore, we can say apa the boutique is able to continue is able to continue continue its operation. Okay, so you can write yes and then write this. Since this one, the boutique is able to continue operation. Okay, that's all for this. Hope you get it. Okay, I think I'm at my last question already. 14. Okay, 15 I won't do. 15 is the kinematics, so I won't do it. Okay, but I will make space. Yeah, so I will use the white color ink, and then I will, yeah, because I need space to do the working for 14. Okay, I will not erase a lot. I just need this space only. Okay, wait for me. Okay, done. Let's do number 14 now. Okay, 14 is the index. Confirm. Yeah. And it's also will also be a 10 marks question. Okay. So from 4 chapter 10. I just realized I did something wrong here. The solution of triangle is from 4 chapter 9. Yeah, this one. Yeah, I realized now. When I read the Form 4 chapter 10, I feel like, wait, just now I read again already the chapter 10. So I seal up lah. Okay, now let's do it. Table 3 shows the number of students according to all courses in college. So other account course, culinary, electronic, automotive. So you have all the information here. Okay, so first thing is label what the information represents. So I'll use a red color. Okay, so this one is number of students in the year 2024. So you can use P24 to write. Okay, actually when you learn this chapter, you learn using the Q first. Okay, and the Q represents quantity. Yeah, quantity. And then only you belajar price index, which is using the P. But actually it doesn't matter one. You want to use Q to represents price also can. P represents quantity also can. Because it's just a symbol. Yeah. But I want you to know Q is for quantity lah. Yeah, it can be for number of student. Tak semestinya price one. But most of the question you see in the trial paper is price punya kan. So we already biasa guna P lah. But this one they suddenly change to number, right? But I want you to know even if it's number of student also you still can do it normally. So it's this one is P25. Okay? Or you want to write Q also can lah, same thing. Yeah. Alright, now for the next one is index for 25, 24. So the more recent year you have to write atas and then the 24 tulis bawah. And then this is participation percentage W. Okay, if it's percent, the total must be 100. So can we find out the B and C? Okay, I can take 100 minus 25 minus 15, but yeah, there's 2 missing here, so I cannot find it. Okay, but it's okay. I'm sure later they will give me some information. Okay, now let's do A, find the value of X, Y, Z. Okay, very easy. Just use the first formula. Yeah, the price index formula. So to find X, you just take 84 divide X times 100 equals to 105. Yeah, because uh, this is the index for 25 or 24. So you have to take price 25 divide price 24. Okay, in this case it's not price lah, it's the number lah, but yeah, same lah, whatever. Okay, so now what? 84 over X equals to 104 divided by 101.05. And then in order to find the X, yeah, not enough space. Okay, I'll just write here lah. So your X will be, okay, this X you can pindah atas jadi darab. And then the 1.05 pindah bawah jadi bahagi. So you press 84 divide 1.05, 80. So your X is 80. Okay, done that. Okay, X is 80. Now for Y, Y divide 90 or 90 divide Y? Mestilah Y divide 90. And then times 100 equals to 90. Ya, dia mesti 2025 atas. The more recent year tulis atas. So your Y will be 90 times 100, which is 9,000. Divide 90 is 100. So this one is 100. Now what? Eh, no. What am I talking about? This one is 81. Yeah, because 0.9 times 90 is 81. I see up. So it's 81. Mistake, careless. Okay, what about the last one, Z? Okay, this one is the price index. So this one no need to write RM. But this one have to write RM. Okay. Better if you write lah. Better is much more safe if you write the RM. So RM 80. Okay, because it's the price. But the Z no need to write RM. This one is price index. So just take 178 divided 160 times 100. And the Z price index is 111.25. Okay, ini tak boleh tulis unit. Sebab price index tak ada unit. So 111.25. Okay, now let's do B. It is given that the number of students for accounting. Accounting. So later can only tengok baris ni sajalah, because only talking about accounting. So number of the accounting decreased by 12% from 23 to 25. Calculate the index of number of students for accounting in the year 24 based on 23. So the whole question is about accounting. So I can only use the accounting punya information to do lah. Okay, I'll do it here. Okay, the information is decrease 12%. So what's the I kalau decrease 12%? 100 minus 12 lah. So you get 80. No. 100 minus 12 is 88. Yeah, 88. And this one is from 23 to 25. So 25 or 23. And it's not the composite index. Because they say it's for accounting. So for accounting is the I. But if they never say any of these costs, then is the composite. If they never mention any of this word, okay, then is the composite. But this one is the normal price index. And then calculate the index for number in 24, 23. Okay, so the I for 24, 23 is a question mark. Okay, you can see this question got 3 years already. 23, 25, 24. So when there's 3 years, you will do the smiley face lah. Okay. So you do the smiley face method, and then here you write the year. Start from 23, and then followed by 24, 25. And then 24, 23, this is what you want to find, right? And then 88, the one you can write down here, because that's the 25, 23. And then 25, 24, you can refer here. But you don't go and take this, no, no, no. It has to be for accounting lah. Yeah, because the question is for accounting. Okay. Okay, so how to find this? Okay, the formula is always the bawah punya line sama dengan atas darab atas bahagi 100. So the bawah punya line 88 sama dengan atas darab atas bahagi 100. And this one I can write I for 24, 23. Okay, so I 24, 23 darab ni dapat 88. So the I for 24, 23, now I tekan 88 times 100 divide 110. Okay, okay, let's see what I get. Times 100 divide 110. Okay, I got 80 here. So that's the answer for B. Okay, for C. Okay, let's go. The college organized a motivational seminar, and the percentage of seminars participation are given in table 3. Where? Table 3 here. Okay, yeah lah, that's the British. Okay, I think they will give me information to help me find BC already. No. Okay, number 1, B is 2 times C. Okay, good, 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 good. B equals to 2 times C. And then calculate the composite index for students' participation in seminar 2025 based on 2024. Okay, when finding composite index, you have to take the index times weightage. But the index has to be 25 based on 24, which I already have all of it. So I can darab dengan weightage. Tapi weightage sekarang kena cari C dulu lah. Yeah, you need to know your C first. Okay. Alright, very easy to find your C. Because just take everything add together equals 100 lah. Because it's percent. So total will be 100. And since they already say B is 2C, so you can change to 2C now, then you can find C, right? Okay, so I'll do it up. I'll do it down here. C1. So it will be 2C plus C, which is 3C. And then 25 plus 15 is 40. So 3C plus 40 equals 100. And then your C will be 100 minus 40, 60 divided 3, 20. And if your C is 20, that means this will be 20 times 2, 40. And this will be 20. And after that, you can do the composite index. Okay, when we write the composite index, we have to write the year also. So it's 25 based on 24. So I write 25 over 24. And then I'll draw a sangat panjang punya garisan. Okay, lebih kurang macam ni, enough already. And then now I will do the I darab weightage. And then divide total weightage. Okay, but I know already the total weightage will be 100. Because total percent 100. Okay, for here I do I times W. But the I have to be 25, 24. So this one 25, 24. Okay, 110, 105, 90, 111.25. So 110, 105 times with weightage plus with berapa tadi? 90 and 111.25. So 90 and then 111.25. Of course, I have to times with weightage. Okay, for the weightage, what is it? 40, 25, 15, 20. 40, 25, 15, 20. Okay, I will dapatkan jumlah atas dulu. So just tekan all those things in the calculator and you will get 10600. And then divide 100 is 106. Okay. And I have a feeling this answer you might use it in the next question. Yeah, the I composite for 25, 24. High chance you will use it in the next question. But I'm not sure. Let's just read it. Let's read now and see. Okay, last part. Question number 2 I do here. Okay, it is given that the total number of students who participate in the seminar in year 2026 is expected increase by 15% compared to 2025. So this one you can write the I because they already give you the percentage change. So increase 15% means 100 plus 15, 115. But it's from the year 2026 to 2025, right? But they never said it's accounting or culinary or electronic automotive. They never mentioned that, right? It means this is the composite index. If they never mention means composite index. Okay, find the percentage change. Means find the I lah. Yeah, find the I lah. of the total number of students participation in the seminar from 24 to 26. Okay, 26 to 24 equals question mark. But it's also for composite index because they never said which course. It's just the total number of students means the average for everyone. Okay, yeah. So the composite index. So guys, I want to tell you something. After you get your answer here later, you cannot stop because they ask for percentage change. They never said find the index. So after finding the index, and if your index answer is higher than 100, you have to minus 100 and then write increase something percent macam tu. If your answer is less than 100, then you have to take 100 minus and then write decrease blah 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 percent macam tu. Okay. Yeah, because if they say find percentage change, you have to write like that. Okay. Okay, I already know what method I will do. Just do the smiley face. Yeah, because you already have the year 24, 25, 26. Yeah, very obvious lah because you have 3 years here mah. So yeah, do smiley face lah, and then you also have the composite index 115. The one is 2625, so it's here. And then 2624, this is the one I want to find. And 2524, yeah, do this one lah, 106, that's all. Okay. But I want to mention something. If there is a method to find the 2624 punya price index, then don't do it like that. Kalau ada cara untuk cari the price index for accounting, culinary, electronic, automotive for 26, 24, then you shouldn't use this method. Because if you have method to do for 26, 24, kalau ada cara lah, kalau ada cara untuk cari I for 2624, one by one like that, kalau ada cara, then you have to do four smiley face. And then baru use the composite index formula. Itu kalau ada cara untuk cari. But kalau tak ada, then just do like that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Alright. So now we can start already. So how okay. The formula is always yang bawahnya sama dengan atas darab atas bagi 100. So like that lah. Alright. You get 121.9. But don't stop here. Don't stop here. The soalan never ask to find composite index. They ask to find percentage change. It means we have to mention. So for our last baris, we have to write increase or decrease and then how many percent like that. Okay, it definitely increase because your I is more than 100, so it increase. But increase how many percent? 21.9% like that. Remember when they ask for percentage change, you have to write it like this. Okay. Okay. So understand, because you take this one minus 100. Okay, that's it. Finish already, right? Yeah. This is the last question. All right. If you all find my video useful, make sure you leave a comment and let me know, and maybe subscribe. Consider subscribing if you don't want to miss any of my future uploads. And if you all are interested to gain early access to my future videos, you can join my channel membership. All the links are in the description. Okay. All right. That's all for this video. I'll see you next video. Bye bye.